Now, I was saying to chat a moment ago that I actually lost my notes from the last stream, but I think I actually have my notes, but the amount of fear I have seems very disproportionate. It says here that by the end of the last stream, I'd accumulated 11 fear.
No, that seems about right. We had like the worst tree fight in the world because we hit them, but every single time one of us did something, it was with fear, so it just went back to you.
I think I'm going to throttle that a little bit. I think 12 is the max you can ever have. I'm going to drop it down to 8, so it's double the amount of players, but 11 just seems a bit nutty.
I do think you actually had more than 12 at one point, and then you realized there was a max of what you were allowed, so you were like, oh, let me put it down to 12.
So I'll sit on 8. I think 8 is fair. So as a little story recap then, so for people that didn't catch the previous live stream, you might have only seen the first one or none of them at all. Let's do a little recap of what's happened. So our adventurers woke up yesterday morning, or actually this morning, in fact. Oh, no, yeah, it would have been yesterday morning at this point, in Meraport after a long night's rest. The night before that, which was session 1, they'd witnessed firsthand a murder in the swampy town of Orchidia. And just before the last slither of a water elemental.
How is the audio, by the way, chat? I know someone said Martyn sounds quiet, but he sounds fine to me.
In Meraport, she used it as the centerpiece of a ritualistic, herbal-made circle, if you will, and communed with it. And basically, it granted her an echoed vision, so auditory only, no visuals. And they were able to discern from that maybe there's somebody down at the dockyard in Meraport they should go and speak to. Some people already had knowledge of those kinds of people, them being Lazarus and Crow, very familiar with local assassins, and they were people from the Scarlet Veil. So they had a little face-off with one of the Scarlet Veil members there, who eventually fled, and that was the end of them for now. Then they regathered together and finally headed off to the lush copper mines. So they believe that somebody there might be able to figure out what the situation is with these water elementals that are attacking and kidnapping people in Orchidia, because somebody known as Victor, or his nickname is the Tinkerer, is very adept with magic and mechanics.
Also, like, Martyn and the other guys should be quieter than me. This is my stream.
He said, hey, I am aware of that device that can manipulate the waters. It was meant to be for irrigation and sewage and just general water uses for the city and the realm, but sounds as though it's fallen into the wrong hands. The last person he remembers having it in his possession was Watcher Riven, who was the younger of the two Watchers that were in the tavern the first night in Orchidia. From there, they crossed a raging, rushing river, fighting off glass snakes and eventually getting towards the other side of it, only to find themselves at the fungal forest. They had a wander about for a bit, trying to find the official path from the Road Builders Guild that would eventually take them through to Tadpole's Rest. But as they went further into the forest, the colour drained from around them, and they found themselves in a pale oak portion of the forest. Agatha decided to speak to the largest, biggest, most imposing tree that existed, and it surprisingly responded. They began having a conversation when suddenly, from the shadows, ambushers from the Scarlet Veil, likely seeking revenge, appeared. The large tree did not take kindly to this and didn't want its lands desecrated and fought upon, so it summoned 2 giant creakings to wipe out all humanoids, basically, in the area, and 1 bird. They dealt with all of them accordingly, as the adventurers should, and eventually were pointed in the right direction for Tadpole's Rest. Upon arrival, they met Master Kairu and his 3 apprentices. They met Todd, the Silent. They met Lily, who took a particular shine to Rin the Elf, as she'd never seen one before. And also Roberto, who seemed a bit blunt, a bit rude. I think he's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder, but we're not sure what about. And after sharing some stories and some drinks and basically letting the sensei know what it was they were there for, he told them that they would be tested. Their capabilities would be proven in the morning. So all of you wandered off to bed, and the night passed. Now, a question we have for chat is, did we do a long rest at the end of the last live stream or no?
Yeah, I can't remember because I just pushed by and went to bed. Like, so I was like, I don't know.
So I feel like we could do that now then. So
Yeah, I don't think we did.
maybe some people in the party are still like hurting from that fight that we had. So to explain what the long rest is, it's typically an overnight period, or basically as long as you relax for a few hours. A short rest is like 20-30 minute pit stop. A long rest is basically a night's sleep or any duration longer than that. There's a bunch of cool stuff you can do in this. You can either tend to all wounds, so you can do 2 of these things to clarify. You can tend to all wounds, so you can clear up all your HP, and that'll be all good. You can also do this to an ally instead, if you so wish. The other thing you can do is you can clear all stress, and I would like you to describe how you blow off steam and pull yourself together after the events of the day before. You can repair all armor slots, so I'll get a description from you of how you get your gear back in gear, essentially. You can also prepare. So if you want to prepare, that will basically give you 1 hope to add to your pool. Or if you prepare with another member of the party, then you each gain 2 hope. And if it's 3 people, it still just remains 2 hope. And then the final one, which we can't do in this because it's a one-shot, but maybe if we have continual story happening in the future, is you can also work on a project. So if you have, I don't know, scriptures you're trying to translate, or a certain, magic materials that you're trying to infuse with mana and the like, that would be the time when you would work on those projects. And it'd be a discussion between myself and you guys as to how long that timeline looks. Or maybe I would keep it a secret how long it takes. So let's go around the board. Rin, what 2 actions are you taking this evening?
I think I'm going to keep it pretty easy and just heal up, because I did end up taking damage from the fight last time, so
whereabouts did you take damage, and how would you tend to those wounds?
I believe, okay, some of it's marked off, which is a little bit confusing, because I'm pretty sure I had at least 2 armor notches. So
okay,
I definitely need to tend to my armor. I'm gonna, buff out some of the scratches, polish it up a bit, make sure everything's all good. It's not worse for wear or anything. And the other thing that I'm missing is my stress is completely gone now. So
okay. I mean, I think that's fine. I wouldn't worry about it.
But honestly, with my stress being cleared, I would say that Rin was just sat in pure silence. After that fight, she just needed some rest and some alone time, and she just sat there, just gazing up. I think she slept outside gazing up at the stars.
Nice.
Yeah.
What you will have noticed when you were doing that as well is that you wandered outside, and where Agatha had actually gone up and taken the sensei's room for the night with 0 consultation, but he absolutely, knew his place. He actually went out so just outside of the doorway at the very front of the dojo, to the left of it, there's a very small pond, deep enough for him to submerge himself, and he just gently stayed beneath the surface, completely submerged for the night, and he actually kind of glowed as he rested. And that was what you would have spotted overnight, just a little fun little detail, little spot.
Interesting.
Agatha, what did you get up to in the overnight portion?
I healed my HP and my armor. That was the 2
Nice.
I did.
So what's your armor like? Because let me look at your sheet. What is it?
It's like the way I would describe it is sort of like she'll wear like a little kind of pleathery tunic that's stitched together, but then she has obviously her little like cloak and her dress over it and her skirt, and it's just sort of like patchwork clothes that she's kind of like had, or maybe stolen a bit of fabric here or there and kind of patched it in that she liked, or it's very kind of like patchwork cobbled together, but like enough, still like looks nice kind of way.
Has she found anything around Tadpole's Rest to adorn to this? Like, does she collect pieces for it, like keychains when people go on holiday?
Yeah, she probably like finds, like, she'll look, and if the curtain's got a hem, she'll maybe take the hem out to like strip off that like bit so it still looks the same, but then she's just got a bit of it. And then the other bit I was going to ask is, like, before she slept, could I have done my commune thing?
Yeah, why not? We can do that. We'll finish.
Do everyone else? Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Do the long rest, and then I'll do the commune thing.
That. Sweet, that sounds good. Let's go to Lazarus. What was your evening like after? Did you drink last night with the sensei?
Oh yeah. We drank. We spent all night up. So I don't even know. I don't even know what time it is right now. I think I must have gone to bed maybe about an hour, 30 minutes ago. But I'm well rested. All I need is a little bit and a quick little snooze, and I'm good to go. I'm good to fight. but I do have a little bit of a hangover. Just a little bit. But the sensei did give me a morning drink. You know, it's like a instead of a nightcap, a day cap now, I guess. And it's a nice little like minty, refreshing. It's almost like you don't have to brush your teeth because this drink does the job, and it cures all your hangover ailments. So I'm taking one of those right now.
Nice. I like that. And what have you gone for? Have you gone for health, stress, armor, preparing? What did you pick?
Yeah, no, I'm going. I could pick two, right?
Yeah, 2.
Okay, yeah. So I think HP. I only have 4 HP, so I'm gonna get. I have 1 notch on there, so I'm gonna get rid of that 1 because I need my 4 to fight. So I'm gonna get rid of that. And then also the armor slots. I have 3 armor slots, and 2 of them are taken up, so I'm gonna take those back as well.
Nice. That sounds good to me. And Crow, how did the eve play out for you?
Well, after I spied on Lazarus, don't tell him. I went into a
How dare you.
room. I don't know whose room it is, but I don't care. You know, I kicked them out. Nobody's allowed in. I locked the door, and I'm tending to my wounds and my armor because,
Nice.
yeah, the tree, it hurt me. It hurt my heart, and it also hurt my poor feathers.
So how does the armor work on Crow? Because where Crow is obviously sort of like bird folk, like is it custom made? Does anything actually adorn your wings, do you imagine? Or are they just like open and ready for flight purposes? Is it only your torso that's covered by your armors that you wear?
I think the wings are open, so you can always fly and flap at his enemies.
Nice.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, the torso has like a black leather armor, and then he has his coat over it.
Nice. So that is the night. I suppose we can do the commune for Agatha when she goes up to her room in the evening. So as a reminder for people what the commune is, so basically Scott's character Agatha is a witch, and the commune says once per long rest during a moment of calm you can commune with an ancestor deity, nature spirit, or other worldly being. Ask them a question, then roll a number of d6s equal to your spellcast trait, which I believe right now is still just 1.
Yeah, 1d6.
And basically on a 1 to 3 you taste a flavor, smell a scent, or feel a sensation relevant to the answer. 4 to 5 is you hear sounds or vision relevant, or see a vision relevant to the answer. Or 6, you physically experience a scene relevant to the answer.
You've not heard
if you were there.
the Scottish accent yet, haven't?
Which is like challenging for me because I've got to improv this, but I'm all in. Let's get it.
Okay, so the way Agatha does it is obviously she still goes into her bag, pulls out her little like candles or like little clumps of mud and like herbs and sort of like sits in a like half circle. She finds a little drawer, puts Doris in for the night kind of thing, and then sits and lights her, like sets the candles all like light around her kind of thing, and then she begins her chanting. She's going to focus on the information that she got from the guy at the mines, and that like when he's saying that he gave it to Riven, and that he used the glove and that sort of thing, and try and figure out like maybe who has the glove now, or ask like where the glove is in its current state kind of thing, like see what she can gain, basically asking, because for her it's to like Mother Nature is kind of like how I imagine her deity kind of thing of just like nature in general. So right, let me roll a d6 and see what we learned.
Ooh. Is anybody physical dice yet, or are you still on character sheets?
I do a mix. I do a bit of both. I chop and change because I have a little like container here with like 2 sets of dice, and then I also do it for that. But I got a 6.
Oh my god. Okay.
It says you physically experience a scene relevant to the answer as if you were there.
Oh, if you were. Oh, as if you were there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, perfect. So, Agatha, as previously, sets up the communing circle, concentrates, and there's an intensity that builds up in the shoulders as she does this initially. She sort of braces because she's never quite sure what experience she's about to undergo. And there's an immediate calm and relax, and then there's a strange, almost as though there's like an astral projection, like a plane walking sensation. It almost feels as though the blood's draining from your body, but actually you've experienced this once or twice before. You know, this is you being taken off somewhere to be shown something, to be a witness. And and your vision completely blurs for a moment. And then when you open your eyes, once the clarity comes around, you find yourself stood in a sewer. And the sewer looks very overgrown. It's broken and crumbled. The sewage pipes are just basically leaking. There's moss overgrowing everything. There's flecks of copper all over the place. The ground is just impacted by what looks like old stalactites have fallen from the ceiling and just kind of, in a weird way, kind of eroded the floor away little by little, as though this has been abandoned for quite some time, this space. And you hear gong, gong, gong. You hear a large bell ringing. And as you look around, you see the silhouette of something. You can't quite discern whether this thing is human. It's almost too broad to be human. It's slightly larger, so it could be another one of the ancestries that exist in this world. And you hear him speaking to somebody who's on the other side. Unfortunately, you're kind of frozen in place, so you're unable to move. You're only seeing the back of this person. They've got a long cloak, and their entire being almost has like a shimmer and a shine to it. There's like a damp about it all, as though they're kind of trying to shield their conversation from any would-be listeners, but they've no idea that you're there. I've heard from Maeve that they wandered through just last night. Our work here must not be disrupted. You failed us once. You sought revenge rather than acting concisely. Should they make their way back here, I will hold you responsible. And then they stop for a moment. The person they're speaking to gives no reply and turns his head. And as he turns his head towards you, you're brought back to your body.
Okay.
And that's what happens.
Don't even know what that meant, but I'll sleep on it, have a little think. She'll like clear up her bits, do all her little stitching and get into bed.
Does Agatha do this like every night? Because it's obviously she's very capable to, or does she sort of...
It kind of...
Is she reserved with this? Is there any kind of toll it takes on her when she decides to use it?
I think it's one of those where it's like normally on a day-to-day when she's just been like living in the swamps herself, like she's not really needing it kind of thing. Like these have just been like 2 nights in a row where we've been out doing stuff where it's like, well, but she also has like had it before. She's just kind of been lucky in the last 2 days. The visions have been really intense, like quite, whereas as I said, normally it's just a like, right, just kind of minty, like just a taste or just like a slight smell kind of thing, which she doesn't know if it's just her or if it's like that kind of thing. So it's kind of been she sort of risks it if it's something she wants to, but I think it definitely takes it out of her, which is why she tends to like always do it right before bed. If she was to like do it earlier in the day, because she can do it whenever once a day, it definitely, I think, would like exhaust her for like a while later until she gets back into it.
Nice. So the next morning rolls around. Everybody's downstairs, waking up for the day. And everybody's downstairs initially, except for Agatha. Agatha seems to be taking a longer rest than you've known her to so far. Granted, you've known her for 2 eves. That's the most you've known her for. Rin, Lazarus, and Crow are all in the main dining room where they spend a portion of the evening before going to rest. And you're currently sat opposite Sensei Kaoru, and he's called in Lily to bring in an assortment of different kinds of like fungi and mosses and even some stuff that looks like frog spawn, but he assures you he's not just making you like eat his kid. It's something completely different. It mimics it. The local wildlife and the fauna are trying to adapt to the neighboring fungal forests and the magic that's leaking out of one of the larger mushrooms that resides there, as well as just trying to exist on its own accord. But you're chowing down on this stuff. And he goes, well, when she's down, well, we'll have to get to work. Got to make sure that you're worthy of it. How'd you sleep?
Pretty good, pretty good. Had a good sleep under the stars.
Ah, wild one. What
Well,
do
you know how I
notice about the
slept.
stars? Any fun constellations?
You know, I'd like to pretend that I know about the stars. I've been staring at them a long, long time. I sleep under them a lot, and I've got to be honest, I can't see anything. I don't know.
I like to play Connect 4 with them in the sky. Somehow I always win. I'm making it up as I go along. Don't tell my proteges.
I will not tell a soul if you don't tell anybody my secrets.
He just takes a piece of food off the table. Oh, very good. What about you, cloaked one? How? Sleep good?
You know exactly how I slept. I slept for like 30 minutes. Didn't you tell everyone what we were doing last night?
Well, I introduced him to a different kind of delicacy.
Oh, yes.
He says he likes to hunt for his food, so I made him chase around the little foxes. Now, these aren't real foxes. They're just apparitions. This is what my little lantern here can do. I told him if he got that, I'd give him my oldest wine.
Yes. I was chasing those for hours. It was a good workout, too. I needed that after a long day.
Well, it takes some people 4 weeks to get it. For you, 4 hours. I'm impressed.
Not bad. I'm very agile, as you can see. I can't wait for that training you got us going through later on. I think I'm going to do that real well. We're going to get what we need real quick from you guys.
Don't be too sure of yourself. One wine does not make you fine. Tell me, bird friend, how was your eve?
I mean, whoever made that mattress in my bedroom deserves to be whipped in the yard. It was so uncomfortable, but it was fine. I sleep on the ground usually. It's
And
fine.
as you say that, you see little Lily, who is like just staring wide-eyed at the side of Rin's head, and she's holding a tray at this moment, and she just goes, you hear everything rattle, and then you sort of look over, and before you can even like make eye contact with her, she just walks backwards out of the room and just like uses her tongue to like shut the door behind her. Poor Lily. So eventually, you hear creaking of steps coming down the stairs.
I was going to say, what I think they'll find first is they'll hear like little claws skittering along the floor, and it's going to be Doris will sort of like come into the room first, kind of like skittering ahead of it.
Rin glares at the doors.
Your beef with my hedgehog. And then
And the
like
sensei looks at it and goes, "How long to catch that one, do you think?" To Lazarus.
Oh, I'm not going to mess with that one. That one's a little bit more powerful. I'm not like Rin, I don't have an issue with that little guy.
And then as he says that, Aggie's going to open the door and be like, "Who has an issue with Doris?" No one.
No takers.
No one. Okay, well that's good then. How are we all? Did everyone have a good sleep?
Very good. I haven't felt this hydrated in some weeks. I trust you slept well?
Oh, I had a lovely time, but I mean, at my age, I pretty much am risking whether I'm dropping dead or whether I'm actually getting asleep. You never know.
He finds it just very humorous. I know the feeling. Us old timers, we might be slow, but we just don't know when to go.
Exactly.
And
I
just
mean,
instinctively, he started just swinging his staff/lantern around again. I think just your presence just makes him do that. It's just some kind of kinship he's feeling towards.
I'll say that
Agatha.
like Aggie probably does the same without realizing it. Like it just sort of like it's just end up like shaking her staff a little bit.
Tell me, darling, would you like anything to eat this morn?
Oh, I could go for a little brekkie. What have we got?
Well, we have some of this. This isn't the moss you came for, but this moss was scraped from Isla Bonita. We got right in the crevices beneath some of the land work they've done. Some of the good stuff's still there. Toxins from the pufferfish. It won't hurt you, though. We've got some of this over here. This is taken from the pools of Orchidia. Might feel little bit more familiar for you, a little tea. And also some of these. And just pulls out a horrific looking assortment of just worms. Just worms and bugs, sort of like the underside of a log has been lifted up. And these are from the fringe of the fungal forest. You might be familiar. And he just sort of like breaks open the bark to sort of reveal it like a clam revealing like a pearl. Instead, it's just lots of horrible little nasties on the inside.
Seeing like all of those like Aggies going like, oh great, and then like just grab like the biggest worm and like hold it like all the way through.
Nice.
She's like,
Awesome.
this is great. I feel like I'm back in my own swamp.
Very well. Do we all feel prepared for the day ahead?
Well, as I'm
I'm
going to
always
be.
prepared.
What have you got planned for us?
Let's do it.
Well, you see, if you've been speaking to Victor and he sent you my way, he must feel as though you're ready. What you are coming to me for is highly potent, not to be given to just any old riffraff. My proteges here won't touch it for some years yet, especially Roberto. He's going to take a little bit longer. But I would like to test you, if you shouldn't mind.
I don't mind a test.
A test?
Bring it on.
This won't be a
why not?
test of mind. It'll be a test of metal.
Well, it's always good to keep the bones a moving. Well, I've still
Move
got them
they
anyway.
Very well, follow me. And right, Lily, Roberto, Todd, it's time. And guides you outside of Tadpole's Rest and wanders up the dirt trail. And you're wondering, like, it looks as though he's going to try and lead you back over the bridge into the fungal forest that you've just managed to get out of the night before. And he almost teases a little bit, sort of like goes, yeah, just take a turn away from there, and carries on up towards it. This is where you will prove yourselves. And if you want to bring up the owlbear map, you can have a little nosy at what you see in front of you. So this is something that exists on the Misadventure server as well, which is really fun. So
That looks familiar.
Sausage for building it.
Yeah.
So this, you see him sort of like wander over in this direction. So he's with you here, and he just sort of begins to slowly walk around here, and he's circling up towards the middle. Now, what I'll ask of you today is a test of your strength. Then, a test of your agility. And finally, a test of your understanding of things. This will be 3 parts, and you will be racing against the clock. And he pulls out of his pocket a sand timer. I shall meet you at the end, unless you meet yours. And you see that he wanders off in this direction, and he's just going to climb up and mount himself just here. And aside from that, he just shouts over and goes, what I need you to do, to begin with, is grab the flag from that first pedestal. Once you've done that, I need you to run across the bamboo. It goes up, so make sure you've got strength in you. And then when you get up here, I'll let you know the rest. And you see Roberto, Lily, and Todd all get themselves into position. So if I put a couple little froggies in here, we'll pop this just here, and this one just here. Here we go. So your goal to begin with, oops, bye crow. There we go. Yeah, your goal to begin with is to try and get up here. So I think what I'm going to do real quick, let's get some battle music. Sounds a little bit intense, but we'll try it and see what goes on. I've put it on the lowest intensity. How does this sound? Okay,
Yeah.
this is
That's
fun.
good. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
good, that's
That's fun.
Are we
Okay,
going to kill
so-
Roberto?
So I'll explain what we need to do here. Let me just very quickly get my notes on the correct screen. So this is going to be a test of various different attributes for the party. So let me just drag this down to here. Lovely. Okay, cool. So there is a flag on the center point over here. I could probably even draw a little flag. There you go. Little flag just there. And your goal is to try and grab that flag. Now, obviously, There's 3 of them. There's 4 of you, so you should be able to make this happen, but they're not going to make it easy for you. I've got my D20 here. At least I thought I did. Where's it gone? Oh, there it is. So I've got my D20 here. You have 20 actions to complete all 3 portions of this challenge. So I'm going to set it down at 20. Boop, 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 boop. And basically, this first challenge is all in relation to your strength. So it'll be strength rolls that you need to do.
There is music playing.
Essentially, you need to try and disable disruption from 3 of them, and then your 4th player can grab the flag. So who would like to go for the first strength roll?
Oh, strength roll. Okay.
It's a strength roll, yeah.
Strength
I have
roll.
negative
We
one.
all have -1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I'm at 0 for strength, so.
Oh,
is
you should
there-
go first then.
Am
You're
I the
better
best
than us.
shot?
Yep.
Okay.
Go
Yeah.
first.
So
You're strong.
yeah, go for it.
Okay. Strength. Let's roll. I got a 14 with fear.
14 with fear. So what I will say as well is I'm not going to be accumulating fear. You won't be accumulating hope for this.
Okay.
So I'm going to turn this dice to 19. Where's the 19? There we go.
We're gonna accept Martyn is in charge of the music, and it comes through Discord. So there's only this is as loud as it can be.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for.
Clean out your ears.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boop. So yeah, let's do that then. So you come around here, and what was that you said you got? A 14.
Yes.
So a 14 is successful. So at the moment, you are currently grappling Roberto. So do you want to explain how you would try to grab him and sort of kind of apprehend him so he can't cause any more problems?
Well, Rin, the first thing she does, she goes, "Hey, buddy," and as he's going, "What?" grabs his tongue, and then just hits him to the ground, and then is just grappling him and says, "All right, we got one. Go on."
Who's next?
Do I need to use a strength check? Could I vicious entangle them?
I'm gonna. Ooh.
Funnily enough, just
You know-
because the card picture is a frog tied up with things.
Is it?
Yeah.
I will say that you can use it once. But
Okay.
I think because it's so relevant, I'm gonna let you use it once. And that's
Because
good.
I'll use that on Lily then.
So I suppose for that then, if you do your
Spellcast roll and just don't do the damage.
Yeah, I reckon so. Yeah.
Okay. Right, that is 2. I got a 7,
A 7.
but it was a critical success because it was 3/3.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, that works perfectly. So literally to the left-hand side of you, you have got vines that are already growing off of these kind of jungle-esque trees, and there's moss in the floor as well. So you basically cast the spell, and it comes crawling down the tree and along the ground towards. Are you going for Lily or Todd?
Lily.
For Lily. So it starts crawling up the stairs, and as Lily's distracted by that, is actually more vines have actually grown from around the back of the mossy block just over here as a bit of a distraction, and just manages to grab Lily from behind, just basically pulling both arms together like this and holding her in place. I will move the
Agatha's
countdown
going to,
down
like-
18.
Agatha's gonna like walk up and give her a little like pat in the head, and then the vines will just sprout little flowers.
Nice.
Aww.
Oh.
I suppose it's somebody else's turn to go. Who would like to go next?
Am I gonna kill Todd?
No, you're restraining.
We're
Can I
restraining
accidentally
here.
kill him?
No.
I think if
Okay,
you try
just in
to-
No, we
case.
can't kill any of. They're all so sweet.
No, I don't want to kill. I just want to make sure what I'm about to do doesn't hurt. Because does this count as a like my ability of like first strike or no?
No. This is
Okay,
just
okay.
like
I
a
just want to
raw
make
strength
sure.
check for
You're
this.
just
So we're just
strength
strength.
checking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Okay. I
think
just want to
if
make
you
sure. I don't want to
do
hurt
harm
him.
any
I like
of
them.
them in any significant way. I would
Yeah.
say that the sensei seems quite protective of his students.
Okay. Okay. No, I just want to be nice. Okay. So strength check. I just click on strength and just roll.
Yep.
Okay. Got it. Boom. Rolling. 12 with hope.
12 with hope. So I will say, let me just check again. A 12 is successful.
Yay.
So 12 with hope. Describe to me how you managed to grab and disengage Todd.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna jump up and you know, like I'm gonna do like the Stone Cold Stunner on him. But I'm gonna hold his neck, and so I'm gonna stun him, but I'm gonna hold his neck down. So like I kind of jump at him sideways from behind. I grab his neck and I just go down, and I'm kind of like clutching him, so he can't move right now. So he's on the ground.
More like
I'm
you've
on the
done an
ground.
RKO. That sounds like you've done an RKO and then just like held him there afterwards in some kind of weird reverse headlock.
It's a reverse headlock, like, and I'm like we're kind of split on the ground right now. He's kind of like, what the hell just happened? He was supposed to hold me down, but he just RKO'd me. Yes.
Nice. So you've got all three of them held there now. So the flag is there ready for Crow to try and grab. But I've got a last-ditch effort, so I'm gonna that was on 17 now. So don't let me forget that. I'm gonna put it on this sheet as well. So because all of them, because all of them are held. Gosh, my Google Docs
Can
is going a
I
bit weird.
ask a very quick question?
Yeah.
With a critical success, is Google right in telling me I gain a hope and I clear stress?
Normally, yes, in combat scenarios, but for this, I'm gonna.
Okay.
This is like a separate little silly mini game.
No worries, that's fine.
So we're on 17 countdown. So I'm going to spend a fear. So I'm going to go down to 7 fear. Boop. And this is basically going to allow me to roll the d20 3 times. And if it meets or beats your evasion, then the person is going to they will break free, basically. Do any of you have pluses on your strength? Was it everyone was -1s or 0s?
Yeah.
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 Okay, cool. That's fine. If you did have any +1s, then I would add that onto your evasion score, like your difficulty score. So instead, then I'm just going against it. So roll number 1 is going to be Roberto's. That is a 19.
Girl.
Oh, I'm 13.
Oof. So Roberto manages to sort of doesn't really understand why you've grabbed the tongue when you've done that, and has just decided to treat it a bit like a like the crocodile game with the teeth.
Yeah.
It's kind of just gone clamp like that, and it's just made you immediately retract, and he's now stood there ready and primed for you to have another try at this. Lily's going to roll, and it is a 9. Which
Doesn't break out.
me enough. So Lily's just still stuck there, and she just sort of looks over at the flowers and goes, "Oh, pretty." And that's all she says. And finally, it is a 12 from Todd.
I am exactly 12. So
Exactly
you beat it.
12.
Yeah.
So he uses basically his sort of slippery exterior, because you've only gone for the head, and it's a rather large set head. You've not got a full hold. You can't kind of clench and chain your hands together. Just manages to kind of force enough. It gets all 4s either side of him. It's like a really awkward, like, kind of like the girl crawling out the TV from The Ring. Like Todd basically gets up on all 4s and just goes like that and pulls out. So currently we've got Roberto and Todd free. Lily is still restrained. I suppose Crow, your turn to go now.
Okay. I want to go and get Roberto.
Okay, nice.
Oh, thank you.
I will save you. Okay. I roll strength, right?
Roll strength, yeah.
It's a 10 with hope.
A 10 with hope. So you make your way over there. What sort of kind of hold or action were you going to try and go for on Roberto?
Well, I want to try and grab his tongue again, but kind of like tie him up with his own tongue.
Okay. So as you try to do so, you do manage to grab the tongue, but where it's still kind of recoiling from the moment of release from Rin, it actually makes it a little bit harder to grab. So you kind of grab it and it slips through your fingers, and you end up just sort of accidentally, like, you get a grip and then your arm flings backwards, and you end up actually elbowing Rin just like square in the chest when that happens there. So our countdown is now on 16. Lily is still restrained, but I suppose it's anybody can go now. Everyone's had a go once so far.
So is our goal we have to have all 3 of them restrained to grab the flag, or can we just take the flag now?
Yeah, three restrained, because if anybody is free, they will stop you from getting the flag.
Okay.
They will jump in your path to block the way.
Obviously I won't necessarily cast it as a spell every time, but like for flavor text, can I say instead of me trying to like Agatha pin someone down, I'm just using the vines to try and grab
Yeah,
at them,
100%.
but still roll the strength check?
Sure, yeah, let's go for that.
Okay, I will then try and put the vines towards Todd.
Yeah, cool. Sounds good. Give me a roll.
13.
13.
With hope.
Okay.
Not that it matters,
so-
but
Yeah, no. So that does work. So do you want it to be that from Lily's current entanglement, it kind of just like webs and creeps out, or do you want it to be an entirely separate entity?
I'm low-key thinking, have you ever seen the film, the hit Disney film, Sky High?
You know what? I haven't. I've heard
I love that
amazing things
movie.
about it.
There is
So
one
good.
scene right near the end where like, the person in control plan
reference.
sort of like does this and like Vine sort of grab people and hold them upside down and flip them kind of thing. So I'm imagining that like one is going to like snake in between Todd's legs and like wrap them together and like pull it. So then he just like grabs his legs and falls.
Nice. And that absolutely does happen. So Todd is now restrained. 2 out of 3 restrained. And you rolled with hope, so that means it stays with you guys. And Roberto is the last one to be thwarted
Oh,
here.
I can finish this man off. I can finish him off. I'm loose now. Let me go get Roberto.
I can't remember if we're down to 16 or 15 on the clock.
You said
I don't think it
16,
matters
I
too much.
think.
16 before, right?
Cool. So was that 16 before Scott's turn or after?
That was before my turn. You said 16.
Before.
So we're down to 15. Okay, cool. We're on 15. Who's next?
right,
Lazarus is going, yeah?
Yeah, I'll get Roberto down. This is the third time. The third person trying to get Roberto. Roberto's slippery, man. Everyone keeps going for the tongue. So I'm going to go for something different. I rolled a 13 with fear, so...
13 with fear. Okay. So how do you want to grab him?
Okay, this time I'm gonna do another wrestling move this time. So I'm gonna sneak behind him while he's kind of looking at Rin and Crow like, oh, what are you guys gonna do? I'm gonna sneak behind him. I'm gonna sneak like he doesn't even know it's coming. So then I just elbow him in the head so he gets a little bit like disoriented. He turns around and then I rock bottom him.
Wow, rock bottom. I'll take
He
that.
got rock bottom. He gets straight to the ground and the ground starts pouncing and I'm holding him down on the ground after a rock bottom. So I gotta knock him out a little bit before.
And you just hear from the sensei from the other side of the field currently. He goes, 1, 2,
Yes!
3. You don't know if he's understanding the reference or whether he's just simply counting how many of the frogs you currently have held together. So we've got Lily and Todd being held down by Agatha's vines, and we've got Roberto who's just been rock bottomed. And the countdown now goes down to 14, and the flag is up for grabs. Would anybody like to take a charge?
Somebody
for
run,
it?
get that
I was
flag.
gonna-
Yeah,
right,
go get
right,
it.
Crow, you've got the
Yeah, I
wings.
can-
You
You
want to
can
have
fly
a
up there.
I was going to say you can get across
I
a
can
bit
fly.
easier than I can.
I can fly. Okay. Wait. Do I do a strength roll again?
No, you can just tell me, like, you can grab it, and if you'd like, you can proceed to checkpoint number 2.
Okay. So I flap towards the flag and I grab it. I'm like, victory! Stupid tongue frogs.
So all of you go, very good, very good. Roberto, Todd, Lily, time for game number 2. And you see them all manage to break 3. I think Agatha
I was going to say
probably
she'll
understands
pull
what's
the
going on.
vines back, and then she'll pick one of the flowers to give it to Lily.
Ah, oh, it's one of my favorites. Thank you.
You enjoy.
And then actually, just before Lily goes off, she turns to Rin and goes, "Would you like it?"
You know what? You keep it for good luck, okay?
And she just puts it like behind her almost non-existent ear. She's found something kind of a gap in the in the skin, something porous, and just manages to pop it in there. And she just sort of toddles off, really chuffed with herself. So now we go from strength checks. We are moving over to agility. So the goal here is to get all of you across this trail of bamboo to make your way up towards the top.
Oh, easy. Step aside. Rin's got this one. I know a thing or two about climbing, okay?
You sure about that?
Let's go,
I'm
Elf.
sure. I'm sure. What am I
Show
rolling?
us how it's done, Dee.
This is agility.
Yeah, I want to see
really.
this.
Oh, it's agility? Oh, I got this. Okay, so, I crack my knuckles. I bend down. I take my time. I tighten up my boots a little bit more. I breathe heavily, and then I start making quick leaps across the bamboo. And I am going to roll my agility. 20 with hope.
Oh,
Whoa.
20 with hope. Goodness
Damn.
me.
Let's go. Let's
very,
go.
very good. So you begin the sequence of jumping across the bamboo, one after another, just elegantly gliding and stepping up them, as though they're regular stairs that you would find in any kind of built-up suburban area or like a citadel. And it's absolutely no problem for you whatsoever. When you get to the very top, that is when the sort of like the peak of the height, and it plateaus out after that. Once you reach that peak, Lily sort of just watches you in sheer amazement. The sun is actually rising from that side and sees this amazing silhouette and the light bursting from each side of you, looking even more angelic than she already thought you were. And you just hear a and Lily looks down and goes, "Oh, Roberto!" And Roberto's going to try and just shoot a projectile of water mixed with a little bit of gunk at you to see whether he can knock you down.
Come on, man.
That is an 8. So you sort of hear this sound, and knowing where Roberto is, and Lily's kind of telegraphed it really well for you, you just sort of do a really sort of like gentle pirouette and spin around. Could you give me another agility roll, please?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. I got, a 16 with hope.
That is fantastic. You have managed to basically get up to here, you've twirled around, and you use the momentum of the spin to jump on every single bamboo shoot that is available, unnecessarily so, but doing it just purely for the style points and because you can. And you make your way over to here. Very good, very good. You don't all need to do that. There's a ladder. Be a dear, won't you? And points to like a rope ladder that you can unfurl down, meaning that everybody can come over here and climb up and join you on checkpoint number 2. So let's get everybody
Aggie will
up
give
here.
Lily a sweet from her bag as she passes her.
So we are down to, I want to say that's like 14 or 13. Am I correct?
Yeah, it was 15 when Sausage did his thing, so then 14 now for Rin going across.
14 now, and that was because Rin went across. It was 14, so we are on 13. Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where is the 13? This is a great test for me figuring out where the numbers are on this thing. There we are. There is 13 on the clock. He goes, "Oh, still slightly more than half time. Brilliant. Now, this is where things get tricky, my friends. Before you are 2 paths, both equal, but there will be challenges. See if you can gauge my movements." And he's doing his signature swilling of the lantern and things like that. So, who would like to give me a? I suppose this would be. I'm trying to think here. I think I'd like to go for instinct. Who would like to give me an instinct roll as they try to walk across these 2 tight ropes? Who was that? Was that Crow?
Yeah, that was Crow.
Go on, then.
I mean,
So, yeah, hit me with an instinct roll. I want to see what you get.
Let's see. A 13 with hope.
A 13 with hope. Okay, brilliant. So you begin walking your way across which tightrope? Do you want to go for left or right for you?
The left one.
The left one. Okay, so you're wandering across. You take your first few steps and you reach kind of like the 3rd waypoint. And as you do so, you see the sensei come to the front here and goes, "Right, let's test your balance." And you notice that he goes to basically swing downward. You kind of read the body language in his wording. And as he swings down to try and shake the chains that you're walking across, you have a moment to jump across and land on this one and regain your balance and continue onwards. So you move forwards to the next section. And you're eyeing him up again. Can you give me another instinct roll?
Okay.
20
with hope.
Ooh, brilliant.
Ooh.
So you're making your way across a little bit longer. He's still spinning the lantern, just eyeing you. Would anybody else care to join? And you're going across, and you've made it 2/3 of the way there now.
Agatha, by the way, is probably also just doing the like copying his staff thing, like from her end.
Rin's leaning
gonna
against
say-
something, just taking a break.
She's probably going to give like Lazarus a nudge of like, "On you go."
Okay, fine. Great.
Yeah, it's your turn, bud.
Yeah, can I get one of those sweet treats before I go for good luck?
If you make it to the end, I'll give you one. How about that?
Oh, perfect. All right, here we go. Yeah, I'm ready. All right, what do we? I'm
Let's
doing it.
go.
Let's do it. Instinct roll coming up. I'm so good at this. I have one of the greatest
He's gonna
parkour
fall.
abilities the world has ever known.
He's so gonna fall.
I got a critical success, but it's only a 3.
That
Gross.
is more than enough. Which
Yes!
chain would you like to go on? Would you like to go on the left chain or the right chain?
Oh, give me. You know what? I'm gonna go on the right chain so I can shake Crow and try to make him fall down.
So as you jump on here, I'm going to say that you managed to get basically to the halfway point on a critical success. It's a bit more than a third. You get on here. Everything begins to shake and wobble. Crow is a little bit distracted by this. And I'm going to say that Crow's next roll is going to be with disadvantage because Crow was not expecting you to jump on the same chain. It was not prepared for the sabotage. And you see the spinning of the staff again, and the sensei's just eyeing you. Can you both give me an instinct roll, please?
Instinct roll coming up. Oh, 10 with hope.
12 with hope.
12 with hope. Okay. So you notice, or at least Crow notices, that there is a pause, or there is a slowing of the swirling of the staff and the lantern. And in noticing that, preemptively jumps across here, and the sensei goes, "Another!" and swings down the staff and shakes this chain, and Lazarus falls off and ends up landing in the pool of water.
Not water again!
That's what you get!
Damn it! My sweet treat!
And with that, Crow manages to make it all the way across to the other side. Very well done! Very well done. I suppose Victor wasn't kidding about you guys at all. Wonderful stuff. Come along, everyone. Come along, come along. And just kind of beckons everybody over to come up to here and falls down the ladder. And everybody comes over to join on the platform over here, not having to take the rope if they don't want to. Does anybody want to walk on the chain for funsies, or?
I'll do it for fun. Of course I will.
Nice. Would you like me to test you?
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Okay, give me an instinct roll.
I've got a 21 with fear.
Okay. So you see the sensei, and you do manage to clock that the sensei is about to hit it as you're getting towards sort of the first third point. You do manage to move across here, but you notice just that little bit too late. You were so kind of distracted by the conversation and the kind of the gathering of people over there that you lost focus for just a moment. So you do manage to jump from that chain to the other, but it took a lot in you to react that quickly. So I'm going to ask you to mark a stress for me.
Got it.
And again, if you'd like to keep on trying to proceed, hit me with an instinct roll.
All right, let's do it one more time. Rin doesn't give up. So we're going to go 20 with hope.
20 with hope. Okay,
yep.
That works perfectly. You managed to jump across to here. This time, instead of actually just hitting the chain, is actually there's a curve and a hook at the bottom of it, and does a more fierce yank of the chain, really trying to test you here. So I think for this very final part, with this chain going up and down, and you're using your unbelievably good balancing skills to just kind of ride it like a wave, as if you're on a board. Give me an agility check to see if you can make it all the way across at the very end here.
Okay. Let's see what we got. I've got a 10 with hope.
Ooh. So you do manage to progress a little bit further forwards, but you end up falling just at the last moment. It's as you prepared to go, he changed the motion of the pulling and went 1, 2, 3 and pulled it up and sort of flings you onto the ledge. And it's just sort of taking a little bit of the shine off. And you see even Lily looks over and goes, "Oh." And might not be as invincible as Lily once first thought.
Oh, that's the biggest heartbreak of all.
Never meet your heroes, folks. They'll only disappoint.
He's gonna need another flower.
Everybody's made it across. The flag is in hand. Could I have that, please? Sort of beckons a hand out towards Crow.
Should I help or should I not? No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna help. I hold out my feather hand.
Very good. Now, tell me, how long have you been a group? Because there's a bit of banter. I can see some synergy, particularly between you and the cloaked one.
Well,
we've only known each other a couple days, dearie.
Was it 2 days?
Really?
I wouldn't say we're best friends. I mean,
Well,
Grandma
definitely not
over
all
here.
of us.
Yeah.
When
He's
you say
completely
when you
missed
say
the cues.
yeah, I was gonna say when you say grandma over here, she's gonna like tilt her staff and like hit you in the shin, or like basically it's like when like a scooter
Fighting.
swings round and hits you in the shin, like
Oh, the worst
yeah.
pain
Yeah.
imaginable.
Oh, that is
Oh,
the worst. Rin is
God.
just wincing in pain from that.
You know what?
But
I want to know if
blames
that
Doris.
does damage. Scott, give me an attack with your
Attack roll, yes. We're gonna
give
attack.
me an
Let's go.
attack roll, and we'll see whether it meets Rin's evasion.
13 with a fear,
Ooh.
I've got a 13.
so it meets it.
Oh,
Beats it. Let's
Oh,
go.
you-
beats it.
Yeah, that takes Rin out. Just absolutely wincing in pain, but trying so hard to hide it because I don't want to let Agatha know.
Agatha's
that
just
you
got a
got
grin
me.
on her face, like she knows it hurt.
Wow, that looked like it hurt to
She's
me.
hit herself in the shin enough with it, like she knows that hurts.
Rin also doesn't just blame Agatha, but blames Doris as well.
That's funny.
I'm uncertain of what to do here. I don't know whether to mark this as a stress or a HP. So I'm going to say, I'm going to roll the D20. 10 and below, you'll mark a stress. 11 and up, you will mark a HP for the shin whack.
Whether it's left a bruise or whether it's one of those where you're like,
Yeah.
There is no pain in the world greater than a shin smash. And on a 14, I would like to mark a hit point.
Yeah, that's so
Get
fair. That's gonna
destroyed.
leave the biggest bruise.
To be fair, what makes it even funnier was like I clicked the damage roll just to see what it would do, and it was 6, and I was like,
Oh. I mean, I guess on what would I written?
that would
6.
be
Oh, that would still be
minor.
minor
Yeah, it would
damage.
be the
That's a
minor
minor
damage,
damage.
so that works
Yeah.
out.
Even fits
Yeah,
the
1
damage roll.
HP.
Yeah.
So good. Right, come along then. I suppose you'll be wanting to get what you came for, and we can have some afternoon tea. How does that sound?
Oh, that
Ooh,
sounds
that's tea.
wonderful.
Right.
So you all make your way back inside of Tadpole's Rest. And the sensei is just basically talking about how funny it is that you seem to have so much drama going on within the group. Like he was so certain that you were all siblings to some degree, or at least like maybe grew up in the same environment, just because there's so much synergy, although it's chaotic. It's the sort of camaraderie that I would hope to see between my pupils, but they just never seem to gel. Have you any words of wisdom for them on that front, working with others, even if you don't really see, eye to eye?
Well, I know for me, I've spent my whole life having to work with people I don't quite like. But you eventually learn that sometimes the best thing is just to put aside that difference because it's no benefit in you either.
Rin looks down at her shoes.
But some
A
people
little
it's worth
embarrassed by that.
But some people it's worth holding a little grudge for. At least the fun kind.
Very
Rin
well
keeps
said.
awkwardly shuffling.
It's always good to have embers beneath the cooking pot.
I just imagine
even
as
if
she
you're the
said,
frog that's
yeah.
inside of it.
I imagine as she said that Doris is like sat devil-eyeing Rin from her pocket, like
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Rin's
is
feeling
just when
like
the
the
room
kills.
is staring at Rin.
Yeah.
There's Agatha and Lily all just staring away. So basically, yeah, he sort of sits there and goes, so what you come here for, do you know how it would be used? What its application would be?
as in like what we intend to do with it or like how to use it.
Either or. You've been sent here. Are you merely couriers, or will you be the wielders too?
Probably the wielders, seeing as we're the ones who fought them off last time.
Ah, I see. And who is they exactly?
Well, the like water elemental things, the things that attacked people at town.
Oh. Well, I've never heard of elementals outside of the frozen wastes. You say they were water?
Yeah, but it was. Sorry, what was the guy's name that sent us here?
Victor.
It was Victor was telling us that it's like this glove thing he's made. I don't get the tech side of it. I only can understand the magic, but it's something to do with like it sort of encases the water and lets persons move it around how they want. So like this is meant to break that seal so it'll just fall apart. At least that's the hope.
So he's trying to disrupt the manor. I see. Well, it makes sense
Aye.
why I'd send you to me then. Okay. Well, I suppose let's take you upstairs. Come along, all. Todd, if you'd be so kind, can you light the lanterns up there before we get there? It's just cooler that way. Lily, you tend to their clothing. Maybe try and wash the algae off of Sir Lazarus's. Are you a
Yes,
sir?
please. It's stinky.
And he turns to you and goes, are you a sir?
Yes, yes, of course. The greatest of sirs. You may
Uh,
bow
who-
in my presence.
Who is it you serve?
Oh, myself.
Oh, so you serve your sir. Your sir.
Yes,
He's trying
I
to
am.
blend the words. It's not really working.
Yes.
Very well. And Roberto. Oh wait, who's he giving instructions to? It was to Lily and Roberto, wasn't it? Oh no, was it Todd? Who did he
It
send
was
upstairs to
Todd
light
and
lanterns?
Roberto went for the lanterns.
Yeah.
Todd was getting the algae out of the cloak.
That was it. And I suppose you'll be joining us, Lily. If that's okay. Is it time for me to see? Yes, I think we have got you prepared enough. You showed great courage today. Even in the face of being entangled, you did it with a smile, and that's a big improvement. Okay, sure. So you make your way back out into the main foyer of the Tadpole's Rest. And just to the left of the bunk bed room that some of you spent the night in, there's a winding staircase in the corner that goes up. And you hear the shutters close. And then you notice there's a glow coming from upstairs, a mixture of familiar orange that would come from, say, like, flames, lanterns, torches, that kind of thing. But then there is a really unfamiliar green hue that is coming from upstairs as well. And they're kind of like blending on the wall. They don't quite know how to gradient with one another. So they're sort of just dancing around each other. It's quite enchanting to look at. And each of you makes your way upstairs. Now, I do need you to keep this to yourselves. And by that, I mean both what I'm going to give you, but also its location, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Yeah.
This has been growing here for some time. We've actually built the rest around this one particular pond. We don't know how, with it being on the second floor, it continues to replenish, but some sort of magic has taken hold of this place. Long before I came here, previously there was simply a tower, more adorned with stone than with the wood you now tread on. This moss is known for obtaining magics and holding it, but it can also be a great disruptor if given the right catalyst. So I believe what Victor wants me to give you is some of this. Now, bear with me a moment. And he actually pops the lantern up on the wall in some kind of like holster, opens up the glass compartment of the lantern, and just gets a small knife that he brandishes from his pocket and just holds it up into the flame until it glows with that kind of familiar red hue that you get from something that's absolutely searing. Now, this takes sometimes months to get even just a little bit, and sort of kneels over towards this pond and scraping away, trying to get just little flecks of it. Now, you won't need much. I'll make sure there's enough for each of you should you want to use it on your own devices, and just sort of scrapes away and is putting it into just the palm of his hand for now. And actually looking around this sort of small room. This room is tiny, by the way. This pond is, in Minecraft terms, it's only like a 3x2, like 3 wide, 2 deep. There is moss crawling up the walls from it that's changing into a really beautiful green hue. So the moss begins the typical green, but becomes this more luminescent and almost like toxic looking green for some people. And above you've got a God, why am I forgetting the name of it? What's the name of the flower that drops the pollen in Minecraft?
Spore
blossom?
There you go. So you got a spore blossom that's coming down. And you see Lily go, oh, it smells like elderflower. Yes, it does. Not to me, but to some it does. I'm just intrigued. To each person, what do the blossoms smell like that are coming down? What smell is filling your nasal cavities?
Say like a lavender to me, probably.
Okay.
Like freshly cut grass with lavender.
Mm.
I would say a sweet summer wine.
Mm.
Agatha will probably smell like the sort of like morning swamp smell, like just sort of like nature kind of in the morning when it's not like too hot and reminds her of home.
It's that new dew sort
Yeah.
of scent. Nice. And what about you, Crow? What does the room smell like?
It smells like a warm summer day.
Nice.
Bird
Right, there
noises.
we are then. I suppose, do you have a container of sorts?
Oh, I'm sure I have something, and she'll like open her bag and find out like a little kind of like cloth piece, like to put it on and wrap it up.
Ah, very good. Right. Now make sure this doesn't come into contact with any water just yet. And just like forgoes the knife at this point and just starts brushing it off his hand into the little rags. Now, I would take that to Victor and make haste. If these elementals are afoot and if they're doing work of the dark kind, then you probably don't want to leave them doing that for too long.
Okay, we'll get right on it. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. It has been a pleasure, and you are welcome here at Tadpole's Rest at any time. Should you want to come and train up, if you want to come and see our new students, because between you and me, and sort of leans his head away from Lily, I think most of them will be graduating soon.
Ooh.
Then it would be splendid to have you again. Now take care. You might want to take one of the boats on the northern end here, rather than having to go through that forest again.
Oh, that'd be really handy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're the best,
Thank
Sensei.
you.
The best, thanks.
Let us know if you ever need anything.
Yeah,
I,
and Lily, you take care. You show him who's boss, okay? You're cool.
I will. Thank you so much. Safe travels.
Yeah, I would give you something as we depart, but I don't have anything. All I have is like this beard hair, so I don't think you want that, and I'm gonna keep it anyway.
Ew.
How about a hug?
You know what? Come here.
And she runs at you full pelt. At this point, you're outside of Tadpole's Rest. The conversation's been happening as you've been coming down the stairs and stepping outside and walking up towards the bridge in the test space from earlier on. She runs at you full force and just like dives for the remaining like 5 to 7 meters and just like it's not even just arms. It is a full 4, like 2 arms up, 2 legs out, just coming at you as a giant star press, and just clenches around you really tight.
Agatha's going to have like seen that kind of happening and sort of just put her staff tilted towards Rin's back so that she doesn't fall backwards into it.
There's a bit of a gentle recoil.
Yeah, of like
bring it back up.
catches her with the staff.
You know what? Yeah, Rin clocks that you helped her there.
I
Just a
helped her
little
with
bit.
the I
That was
helped
a
you with the tree fight as well.
Oh, so
Like,
sweet.
You did. I know.
I used my witch thing to make it a
Yeah,
success.
you've
so.
been saving my butt a couple times for sure.
Well, you need it sometimes, to be fair.
yeah.
Somebody in the chat was just asking for a description of Lily. So Lily is a typical ribbit, quite small in stature. Honestly, I would say compared to Ren, who's quite tall. I would say that she only probably covers maybe like the neck down to maybe like halfway down the halfway down like Rin's thigh. Her hue is less so green and kind of leans more towards a kind of like a lavender sort of like not pink, it's more like a lavender to blue sort of shade area. And given her name, she always has like a little lily pad that's sat on top of her head, a really small one. It doesn't drench over the top of her like a hat, it's just a little one in the top, just almost like a signature. I think she probably finds it quite humorous it being that. And she wears leather armor, which is adorned with the Tadpole's Rest logo on the chest of it, and they're just like typical leather garments that you'd see on typical assassins and things like that. It's lightweight enough to be able to have mobility, but it's not dense enough, or it's not it doesn't hold moisture enough that it would be a problem for a ribbit who can traverse through waters no problems and is often perspirating quite a lot. And of course she's got the little flower from earlier on that's tucked behind the ear. So yeah, from there we wander north of the training grounds from the dojo, and across the way, just slightly to your right hand side, you can see in the mists, you can see Isla Bonita, which is a new travel resort that some people go to. and there are some boats there at the dock, so you can use that to travel across the waters, and you'll be back on the chunk of mainland that would allow you to walk through forests all the way back up towards the lush copper mines if you so wish. But it's up to you where you would like to go.
Two things. One, I'm assuming the boat is big enough for us to get Denison.
Yes, it is. Also, I completely forgot to mention that after all of this, I guess this was in between giving you the moss and before you were setting off. I think we can use this as an opportunity to level up your characters to level 2.
Ooh, level up time.
Ooh,
Let's
yes.
go.
So let's do it. I'm going to pull up just a random character sheet of mine, and we can sort of talk through this so the audience can know how to level up characters using the DAGGERHEART Nexus as well. So if you load up your character sheets, which this one's taking a second, you click on the 3 little lines next to the character name, and on the new piece of UI that comes up, you click on Character Builder. And then from there, you click on Level Up at the very bottom, and you change it to level 2 on the level. And then you have lots of cool things to do inside of here. So the first one is to enter an experience. So for example, some of the experiences that we have so far is Agatha's One with the Land, or Don't Mind Me, Dearie. These are basically fun phrases, quips, mantras, mottos, general moral standpoints for the characters that they can apply for a +2 bonus on a roll, should they feel they need it. Like if they've got a particularly tricky enemy, or if they feel like they're not going to be able to blag their way through a conversation, they might be able to spend a hope in order to add an experience. So I guess if anybody has an experience in mind while the others think, do you want to let us know what your new experience is?
Oh, we need to make an experience? Oh.
Yeah, sorry, I hadn't realized that this was part of it. So I've got you guys have already chosen your domain cards, and I'm assuming you've had to think about the level up options. I just forgot about the about getting
Enter an
an
experience.
I have one.
Okay,
It's-
hit us with it, Crow.
It's
Oh,
the
wait,
bird
what-
noises.
It's literally the caca.
Yeah, it's literally the bird noise.
Nice, I like that. I think that could be used for disarming people, and I would imagine that pairs nicely with, say, like a presence roll, which, given you have a actually, what is your presence like?
0.
A 0. Okay, so that could bring your presence up to a 2, should the need arise. I like it. Yeah.
Wow.
So, caca.
All right,
Crow's
I
call.
think I have one too.
Okay, what is Rin's?
I would say that Rin has really been practicing the art of dagger eyes on Doris.
Uh-huh.
So those threatening
So
little
like a death
glares.
stare.
Yeah, death stare. Yeah.
I like that. I feel like you could use that in conversations for intimidation. You could use it for, you could use it in battle to maybe like cause somebody to be, feel disheveled, and maybe they would take their next roll with disadvantage or something. You know what I mean? I'm thinking of like
Yeah,
the
exactly that.
applications
Yeah.
of it. I think that would be
Yes. Cool.
fun. Nice. Lazarus or Agatha, have we got experience?
Mine is going to be Iron Stomach. She's so used to consuming the wildest ranges of like things from nature that like she's built up an intolerance to most things, or has minor effects from like stuff. So it takes a lot to make her queasy.
Nice. I like that. That'll be good. I'm imagining as well, because this is the nice thing with experiences, everybody. If somebody wants to use an experience when they're doing a role and stuff, they can basically plead their case. Even if they think it's a bit of a stretch, you can pitch it to the GM and go, I think this applies here because of blah, blah, blah. And like, you can try and blag it. Sometimes I'll be like, no, that's too far. But
Yeah.
feel free to push the limits. Like, I'm more of a rule of cool, silly, goofy kind of GM, I feel. So you're probably going to get away with it, which is good. And then I suppose Lazarus, final experience.
I don't know. I think I've been drowning a lot, so I'm gonna use the water to my advantage now. Like I've swallowed so much water so far, so I'm gonna do like one with the water or something. So I'm like attuned with the water spirits because I've been in it for so long.
I was going to say you could just hold your breath longer. I just said like
I can
iron
just hold my
lungs.
breath longer.
Yeah.
Iron
I
lungs,
like the
you
idea.
can
Yeah.
hold your breath.
Iron
Yeah.
lung, there it is. There,
Um,
lung.
Or gills.
yeah.
I am a sea creature now.
Maybe it could be he got gills.
Yeah.
He got gills.
You got gills.
That's
Mean
so
gills.
good. Yeah.
Mean gills, yes.
Yeah, mean gills.
Come on.
Yeah, got
I
it.
like
got
it.
He
there.
said the thing. He said the thing.
I said it, guys. I said it.
Hello to Cherry's raid as well. Coming in,
Her
everybody.
coming in at mean
Right on
gills.
time. Perfect
The
timing.
Mean
Hello.
Cherry called it. She literally just put, I raided to Mean Gills. What? So for those of you just joining us, we are currently playing Daggerheart. It's a tabletop RPG like D&D, Pathfinder, Cosmere, all those sorts of things. And give you a really quickie update on what's just happened. We have just completed a training arc of sorts, or a training montage over at a frog or a ribbit run establishment called Tadpole's Rest. And because of that, our players are currently leveling up, which is fun. So they're currently going through their character sheets. They've just made their experiences. The next thing says increase proficiency. So I believe now that this will potentially for like spellcast rolls and proficiency with your weapons as well. I think if I remember correctly, so say before you would roll like, I don't know, a d8 plus 3 for your attack damage, it will now be 2d8 plus 3, I think. I'm pretty certain that's how it works. So you're going to start hitting harder, but so will the enemies, because the world will scale with you and the combat encounters will as well. So that should all apply to your character sheet automatically. The next thing is level up options. So you've got a few things you can do here. You can choose a domain card. You can increase a trait, so you can gain a +1 bonus to 2. Now this is 2 unmarked character traits, which is the thing that I still don't fully understand. Like if I click on this and do +1s, this is the part I don't get. Oh, okay, right, with you. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So if you want to go down that route, you can basically add +1s to agility, strength, finesse, instinct, presence, knowledge, whatever you would like. You can gain a stress slot, you can gain a HP slot, you can increase an experience. So you can permanently add a +1 bonus to 2 experiences. So you basically have 3 experiences now because you're level 2, and 2 of them will be +3s, if I'm reading that correctly. Which is pretty cool. Or you can choose a domain card. So you will be choosing one anyway because you've leveled up, but now you can get another one. So yeah, so you can choose either a level 2 domain card or a level 1 domain card. So yeah. Oh, so Lady Penelope in chat said, the marked character traits is to stop people increasing the same stat multiple times per tier. The marks are cleared again when they reach level 5. Okay, cool. Nice. That's good to know. And you can also increase your evasion as well. So that means that attacks and other kinds of challenges against you might not land if that's a bit higher. So what is everybody going to do?
I have taken another HP slot, so I now have 7. And I've taken an extra spell.
Ooh, what, you taking a domain card?
Yeah, I took a domain card.
What'd you go for?
Do I need to say now, or can I wait until I use it?
You can absolutely wait, yeah.
I'll wait till
100%.
I use it, because it'll be fun.
Nice. I like that. The mystery. Okay, so that's Agatha sorted, I believe. And then we do know what your other domain card is, don't we?
Mm-hmm. The other one was the Conjure Swarm.
Conjure Swarm, that's right. Let me grab that because I have an image of it. Daggerheart, Misadventures, Conjure Swarm. I'm so glad that I named my files appropriately on my computer. So Conjure Swarm is you mark a stress to conjure armored beetles that encircle you. When you next take damage, reduce the severity by 1 threshold. So it essentially works like an armor slot. You can spend a hope to keep the beetles conjured after taking damage. Nuts.
That's cool.
Or you can do Fireflies, which is you make a spellcast roll against all adversaries within close range. Spend a hope to deal 2d8 plus 3 magic to the targets you succeed against. Insane. And there's a quickie explanation for how the cards work. So you've got the level in the top left corner, which is 2 for Conjure Swarm. And then beneath that is the domain itself. So every character that's playing right now have various different domains. So if you look at Agatha, for example, Scott's character, that is Dread and Sage. And there will be crossovers between different players, but basically Scott could have chosen any cards from either of these pools to use. Oh, sorry, the screen's blocked. Just here on the character sheet. So Dread and Sage. So Scott could have chosen any level 2 or level 1 cards from either part, basically. So that is Agatha sorted. Crow, what are we upgrading? What are we doing?
I think I'm gonna do increased traits.
Increased trait. Oh wait, is this a? Oh, increased traits. Sorry. Yes. Yeah. Go for it.
On the level up, yeah. Okay. And it says I can increase 2.
Yes. So you can add
Okay.
a +1 to any of these you'd like.
I think I'm gonna go +1 on strength, so I'm at 0.
Nice.
Maybe +1 on agility, because then I have 2.
Nice. Okay. Cool. And what is your other option?
I'm gonna go for the domain card.
Ooh. Are you keeping it a secret as well, this one, or?
I mean, I can say it.
Oh, go on.
It's whirlwind.
So, just to clarify, so Whirlwind's the one that you told us about prior to the stream, wasn't it? So you get that one anyway. So if you choose a domain card here, you can get another domain card if you want.
Wait.
So you can either have like 2 spells, or you could just put it into like evasion and health, or evasion and armor, or like.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna do. Okay, if I'm getting that anyway, I think I'm gonna go for another HP slot.
Nice. Cool. Sounds good to me. I haven't actually read Whirlwind just yet. That's the one we didn't catch before the start. So let's have a look at what that looks like. Whirlwind is when you make a successful attack against a target within very close range, you can spend a hope to use the attack against all other targets within very close. All additional adversaries you succeed against with this ability take half damage. Okay, so it's like a follow through. So full damage for the target, half damage for the others. And I guess each of those adversaries would have to roll. I guess it just checks against their evasion. Yeah, very cool. Nice. Lazarus, what are you doing?
Yes. Well, I'm a weak boy, so I only have 4 HP. So I'm gonna take both my HP slots. So I'm getting 2 more HP
Oh,
slots.
you just bundle all into HP.
Double HP.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm gonna get into a lot of trouble. So I want to see if I can take the hits and not die after 4 hit points. Okay. So I'm going for that. And then the domain card is the one we talked about. Is the Midnight Spirits spell.
Very cool. Let me bring this up on my screen as well. I can make a.
That is so cool. I love that.
I love that all of these cards have artwork as well. It's so good. So Lazarus will be able to spend a hope to summon a humanoid-sized spirit who can carry or move things for you until your next rest. So it's kind of like having another Dennis. It's great. Or you can use it to send an attack at an adversary. So when you
That's what I'm going to use it for.
Roll, and any target within very far range, on a success, the spirit moves into melee range of them, and you roll a number of d6s equal to your spellcast trait, which I believe at this point will now be 2. So you roll 2 d6s, and you deal that much magic damage to them. The spirit then dissipates. You can only have 1 spirit at a time. So I suppose you can just keep casting that, so long as you've got the hope to do it. Yeah, as long as you've got the hope to do it.
And I'm loaded with hope too. I haven't used any this completely all the way to the end, so I'm gonna use it a lot.
Ooh. And finally, Rin.
I think I'm gonna go with increased traits and HP.
Nice. Which traits are you bumping up?
I would like to bump up strength because I'm currently at 0, and presence I'm at -1. And Rin would never admit this, but I think she's learning a thing or two from Grandma on how to talk to people nicely.
I love it. So yeah, cool. There we go. We've got our characters all leveled up to level 2. Just as a heads up as well, all future encounters will have all level 2 adversaries. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. As a reminder, as always, you can spend your hope to do all these cool new abilities you've got and your old ones. And also tag team roles are a thing. Be sure to use those. That is once per session, all 4 of you at one time or another can initiate a tag team role. And basically spend 3 hope to do that, but it means 2 of you get to go on an attack together or to go on a presence check or an agility check, whatever it may be. And say, for example, we had one the other day with the other group where it was an attack. One of them rolled a crit and the other one rolled, I think it was still a successful hit. It was like a 13, but they basically, you take one of the rolls and use it for both players. So that was a double crit roll, which was maximize damage they can do, then a roll of damage again. They did something insane. I think it was something like 42 points of physical damage.
Jesus, did I kill a guy?
I was going to say, that just goes into severe damage, so it'll only ever do 3, right?
Or there is this is actually even on the official rules, there's an optional rule, which I do like having in, which is massive damage. So if you ever do more than double an enemy's severe damage threshold, then you will do massive damage, which will make the mark 4 HP slots in one go.
That's crazy.
And I think I will also have that come the other way as well. So it's on the table for both players and for adversaries, which is good.
With that one, when you see we use 3 hope for a tag team, is that like both of us use 3 hope individually, or is it like
only the initiator?
Okay.
And say for example, if you asked Crow to do the tag team move with you, Crow can still then do a tag team move later on, and they could even use you again. Just each person gets to initiate 1 per session, so you don't have to use it, but it's very powerful if you use it, and you get lucky with the dice rolls, which is good. I guess we didn't actually get Rin's new domain card.
Oh yeah, I chose Gifted Tracker.
Gifted Tracker. Let's bring this up on the screen. Boop. Here it is. So Gifted Tracker, when you're tracking a specific creature or group of creatures based on signs of their passage, you can spend any number of hope and ask the GM that many questions from the following list. What direction did they go? How long ago did they pass through? What were they doing in this location? How many of them were there? When you encounter creatures you've tracked in this way, you gain a +1 bonus to your evasion against them. So I would assume that is for presence, instinct. You know, if they do an attack on you, your evasion will be +1. Like, everything sounds like it's gonna be easier because you've managed to track them down.
Yeah.
And that is where. Do we have a little break for now? Have a little break.
Yeah.
Toilet time, little snacks, drinks,
Yeah.
whatever we need, and then when we come back,
cool.
we can decide where we are headed on our boats. So there are a bunch of boats. Dennis is big enough to hop inside of one as well. To the northeast, they can see Isla Bonita, and if they just go across the waters to the northwest, then they will find themselves back on the mainland, where they would be on the same plot of Earth, if you will, to be able to return to the Lush Copper Mines. So it's up to the players what you'd like to do and where you'd like to go.
Are we the only people, like, do we just take a boat, so are we the ones moving it?
Yeah, so the boats are fully yours to man, and you've got to work the oars and do all of it. It's basically 2 to a boat, so I'd imagine that Agatha and Dennis will be popped into one. Don't know if anybody's riding solo. There's enough boats here for you all to go solo, or you can bundle together if you wish.
I have one question about the leveling up. When I went back to my character sheet, I couldn't add because I did increase proficiency, I think. Or no, sorry, increase traits. I couldn't add those traits.
Let me have a look. So let me click on increase traits, select, and then sorry. Goodness me. So yeah, when you click increase traits on the right hand window, then you hover over on, you see underneath level up options, you then see increase traits is there.
Yeah, and then I pressed select, and then I don't know how to apply that to
To manually add them. Yeah, click where it says strength, and you can up it.
So I think where you're at the minute, can you, so you're on the level up options page, increase traits is at the top. And then if you got a +1 next to the...
Oh, wait, yeah, I've got it. Okay, perfect. Then I can do that. And then that. Done. Oh my gosh, thank you. Perfect.
I want to actually have a look at your character sheets because I've not seen them. I think what I need to do as well is I need to update them on Fresh Cut Grass. So an app, if anybody wants to run Daggerheart for themselves in, online tabletop format, there's a really cool website called freshcutgrass.app. Which is made by some Critical Role fans, obviously, because given the name. And it basically just lets you bring in your character sheets, and it looks like this. So it lets you bring in the character sheets. You can have your adversaries on here, and you can mark the HPs and the stresses, and it tells you what they do. And then also, you got the characters down the side here, so you can see everything that's going on with them and stuff, which is pretty cool. So just checking that this is correct. So we've got... is it 7 HP slots? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you can see my HP went up. Woohoo! No longer 4. Let's go.
So
Yeah,
Agatha's
same.
got 7 hearts. Oh yeah, Lazarus has got 5 now. Okay, that's good.
Oh wait, it should be 6.
Oh, is it 6? Maybe I miscounted. Oh, sorry. No, it is. Yeah, it says class base.
Okay, don't scare me. Don't scare me. Don't scare me.
1,
Okay, thank
2,
you.
3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there we go. Nice. That's the screen I want. So yeah, so we are basically ready to take off. So I suppose you guys can have a conversation among yourselves about what you would like to do next and where you might want to head.
Can I ask a memory question? I don't know if there's like something I roll for it or not, but like from my vision last night,
Yes.
did Agatha like I'm imagine like the reason I always wait for a while is I like to imagine she's sort of been like thinking on this in the back. Did she A recognize the name Maeve, and B did she recognize the sound of the bells?
Give me a knowledge roll.
Okay. 10.
A 10. So on a 10, the name Maeve is familiar to you. You know her to be a witch that resides in the land of misadventures. You don't necessarily know where she is, though.
Mm-hmm.
But in regards to the bells, these bells are very familiar to you. There are a number of large bells throughout the realm. You've got some in Meraport. You've got some in the community lands. Praise the ding.
Priesting.
But you recognize the rhythmic, the melodic pattern of this bell, and even sort of the tone of it as well. You can hear that this bell is quite weathered and hasn't been upkept particularly well. So you recognize this as the same bell that you hear every morning when you wake up on the outskirts of Orchidia.
Okay.
Ooh, I know where we're heading.
Interesting. Okay. I imagine as we're like rowing our boats, like we're near each other, I'll sort of like say to people of like, oh guys, by the way, I had another one of my visions last night.
Another one? Chris, cool. What did you have this time?
So this time I was like in a sewer. Like it felt really real. But like I was in the sewers and there was some like moss and all that and it all looked very overgrown. But then there was like 2 figures talking and one of them was like quite big. I didn't get any faces. But they were having like a chat about someone named Maeve, who's like this weird old witch, I know coming from me. And then also I heard like ringing in the background and I'm pretty sure it was like Orchidia's bells.
Kitty has a sewer? I didn't know Kitty had a sewer. I know the
I didn't
Meraport
know there was a
sewers.
sewer there. And also, I don't want to go in there. I just cleaned my pants off. Like, no, I don't want to do that.
I mean, we can
I
go
just cleaned mine too.
We can go in. We're not going there right away anyway. We need to go back and see Victor. But I'm just thinking, like, my last vision was actually quite useful. So it might be worth us going back to Orchidia and having a look down there.
You were right last time. So you know what? Grandma, gonna give it to you. I do agree.
Either way, let's keep that in the back pocket. But I did hear them say the reason Maeve came up is she had told him where we were. So I think we're being watched a little bit.
I knew it.
Yeah, I just hope they're getting my good side. I mean, it's all of them, but
too.
I hope they're getting it.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say every side's my good side too. I don't know about you, but yeah.
I like being watched. It's okay.
But yeah, the either way, we seem to be going in the right direction. I think if we're upsetting a few people, I'm starting to think we might be getting somewhere.
We're on the right track then. Yeah, I think we need to keep going.
Yeah, we still have to collect that bounty, right? I want to get paid after all this.
I mean, sure, I'm sure they'll figure something out.
I mean, if not, then we'll just steal the money.
I mean, you've got grabby wee hands for someone who has claws. Right. Will we keep going quickly?
Yeah, you can carry on wandering along. So are we staying on the river for now, or are we just kind of getting across the waters onto some form of mainland?
I think probably stay in the river until we're like further up where like you can In terms of misadventures in my head, if this is where it is, I'm thinking like where the Builders Guild big building is. Like get off around
That's
there.
what, yeah.
So you want to go right the way back down to the crossroad? Yeah, you
Yeah,
can do that.
onward to Victor,
I was
right?
picturing, yeah.
And I would say as you wander down here, you don't run into any issues in particular. It's you know, it's a pretty chill, you know, high noon, if you will. You're just floating along. You're actually reminiscing on the battle that you had there the day prior. Like, you know, you remember where the glass snake appeared in the water as you were coming in to the northern end of the fungal forest.
Delicious.
I was gonna say
Don't remind me.
the crow's
I'm sitting in the
stomach
middle of the
grovels,
boat.
like
I can hear the blah, 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 blah from that. Please no.
Yeah, I'm
Also-
avoiding the water.
question, what is the weather like?
You tell me.
That's what I need to know. Is it just
Oh, you need to know.
well, I just want to know, like, is it really nice summer's day? Is it raining? Is it like
I would say that it is ever so slightly overcast. So you're lucky that you're on the water. Nobody's got their sunscreen on. They've not got any kind of weird lotions and potions from Isla Bonita that would have protected you from some of the UV rays. Luckily, the clouds are acting as your shield today, so there's no kind of blinding in your eyes. There's a nice little bit of reflection coming off the water, but nothing too intense. And people are still going about in their typical day-to-day garbs. You know, people are just sort of casually fishing on the river. What they're going to do with snakes, I don't know. But yeah, it's a relatively overcast day. It hadn't rained overnight, as Rin can probably attest to from sleeping out and, you know, gazing at the stars. So all in all, it's a pretty mild day. A little bit humid, but mild.
okay, doke.
So you continue down the river, wandering along, and you're sort of taking in the sights and the sounds. You're wondering if at any point somebody is going to come flying through here with a trident, because these boats are a little bit old and rickety. So if somebody happened to just smash it with a Poseidon's fork, then it's got no chance. You would be in the drink quicker than you could expect. But luckily for you, that doesn't happen. You come across the crossroads, if you will, in the waterways, but also on the land. And you pull up to shore for the bridge near the Road Builders Guild. And you are back on land. To your left, you've got Meraport off in the distance. You can see the Major's Tower and the stables just right on the horizon. And you know that if you follow the road slightly down, that's the Road Builders Guild itself, where they take on various commissions for creating new pathways that are safe for merchant travel, as well as some degree of protection for pedestrian foot traffic as well, by lighting the path so that undead don't wander there at night or can't just sprout up from the floor. And then, of course, to the north of you, you have been here previously. You've got a lovely little bridge and a hill that ascends upwards to the lush copper mines. It's about where you would like to go.
Head up to the mines.
Yep.
Yeah, let's head
Let's go
back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to talk to Victor.
Nice. So you're wandering up there, coming a little bit closer, and you probably won't befall the same fate as before, but you do still hear in the distance those signature explosions and the hammers of things working away. As you come closer, you can hear the clanking of Jubble Rock and everybody else. Yeah, great work, lads. This is good. How about we take 5 for lunch? I mean, you don't need to eat, but oh, I could smash a glowberry sandwich. Oh, you're back. Hello.
Hello, love. How are
Hi.
you doing?
What's up, Victor?
Well, we meet again.
You mentioned a sandwich. Can I have one?
Yeah, I want one too.
Well, I don't know. I mean, when I first had one of these, Bucket was not happy. Let me tell you that much.
Listen.
Oh.
I think I can handle it.
All right, if you say so. Let me. How many we having them? 3, 4?
I'll
Who's up
have
for
one, dearie. I've got an iron stomach, me.
it? Right, one for you, one for you. Cloak will have one. What about you, Bird?
Yup.
Yeah, sure. I'll have it.
Sure. All right. Come on in. Come on in. Oh, sorry. Oh, they must be. They must be working downstairs as well today. And takes you upstairs to what is a really awkward bedroom meets library meets kind of kitchenette. It's basically a mezzanine apartment as a whole. It's not even just a bedroom that's on this mezzanine. And you notice on the table that there are random blueprints, and you can see that some of them look and resemble copper golems that you've seen wandering about this place. And you can see that various phrases are scribbled out, and books are open on random pages about arcana and mechanics. And some of these books you notice are literally written by him. You're not sure if they're diaries or whether they're published works that you might find in the Meraport library. But he starts tinkering away. So, how'd you get on then? What do you reckon of the old sensei?
Oh, he's quite a little character, isn't he?
He is. He's one of the first people who let me have some of that moss. I'll never be able to repay him, but it's helped massively with my research.
Well, we luckily managed to finish some of his trials and get our hands on some as well.
You did?
Aye.
Yep.
I don't act so surprised.
Well,
It was
We all
easy.
got some.
Yeah.
Well, it's just the way that you lot were wondering about last time and getting upset about one little sinkhole. I just thought might not be cut out for it. I didn't really expect to see you again, if I'm honest.
Hey now. We're a pretty good team, okay?
Plus, aren't
Alright,
you
if you
glad
say
you got
so.
to see us again?
Well, I will say you're better company than half of the riffraff here. Them being the copper golems. I am trying to upgrade them so that they're a little bit more personable. I want one of them to be sarcasm. Imagine like the Seven Dwarfs, you know what I mean? I want to try personality traits with them and see what sticks. Whether we can have more than one or whether they're going to bump their heads too much together. We don't want anyone's lightning rods getting caught in a twist.
Exactly. Plus, a good mix always makes a nice little group, doesn't it?
As I can see. Right then, here we are. And hands each of you a really damp and soggy sandwich. Glowberries are not known for being particularly edible in terms of retaining their consistency. You can pop one in a bit like a like a
Popping
lychee
boba.
bubble. Yeah,
This is
it's literally
boba.
like popping boba. So he has just flattened it down between two really coarse pieces of bread. You can even see like little grits of stone in between the in the actual bread itself. Yeah, got that from Whippin's farm not 2 hours ago, fresh as it comes. And passes each of you one, and it's just oozing. It's an absolute state. All right, cheers, I suppose, to magic and myths.
I hear.
Hey, I know that guy.
Agatha's gonna eat it.
Agatha's gonna
Rin
eat it.
stares down at it and knows it would just be a disaster if she ate it. So she takes like the tiniest nibble from the corner and then just puts it down.
Like, Agatha's
Give me-
used to have eaten, like, glowberries in the past. This isn't...
I'm gonna need from you, Rin. I'm gonna need a presence roll. I want to see if you can deceive Victor and see whether he
Ooh.
notices that you've only taken a small bite.
Let's see.
Something,
got
by
a-
the way, actually, just before you do, somebody in my chat reminded me about this. So there is as well as the tag team roles, which is a thing you can do together, there is something really helpful, which I can't believe I forgot. It's called Help an Ally. So if somebody's about to go for a role, whether it be an action role or, presence, instinct, whatever it may be, they can declare that they would like to help you on that role. And basically,
Ooh.
they spend one hope and they can roll a d6 and add that total to the person's roll. If numerous people want to help, they can, but you only take the highest rolled d6. It doesn't just accumulate upwards. So that is
Same.
also something.
Anybody
you can do.
wanna help a girl out here?
I'm
No.
enjoying my sandwich.
I want to see what happens.
Okay. I rolled
wanna see what happens.
a 16 with fear.
You don't
Oh.
need help.
We don't need help. You're good.
Oh, okay, I'm good.
I will claim that fear. So I'm back up to 8.
Oh, God.
And you take the nibble of the sandwich, and luckily for you, there's another little explosion in the back. Oh, jeez. I've told you before, amethyst and redstone don't mix. Jeez. I've really got to make sure that their cache is bigger so they can hold more information. What do we all think? Pretty good, huh? And he hasn't noticed at all that you only took a small nibble.
Oh, I tossed it out the window while he turned around. It's gone.
Okay, fantastic. Lazarus and and Crow, can you give me? I don't know what you'd roll for this to see whether you can handle the taste of it. I guess maybe a strength. Is there anything that feels applicable here?
Strength? Yeah. All right.
Or I guess two options here. You can either do a strength roll just to see whether you can literally stomach it, or you can do a presence roll and you can try and just like poker face it if it doesn't go so well.
I'll poker face it. I can poker face it.
You want to poker face it? Okay.
Yeah,
give me
poker
a-
face it. Yeah, I'll just scarf it down, thinking it's gonna be really tasty, and then I roll a 13 with fear.
A 13 with fear. Okay. Luckily for you, you managed to just it's dripping off your beard and just hanging there, and somehow you're managing to go. Yeah, really good. And you even like make it seem like you're going for seconds by like wiping it up your from your beard and
Nice.
into your mouth, just to really sell the facts. And he's like, oh, yeah, very good. Yeah. And then
Not
it's
bad.
all eyes are on Crow at this point.
Oh
Now
gosh.
I know it's not
Come
bugs
on,
and
bird.
seeds, but you might be surprised.
Okay, I'm gonna do a strength roll.
Okay.
It's an 8 with critical success.
Oh,
Ooh.
good.
Nice.
Okay, so describe to me how you demolish this sandwich and it does not cause you any kind of guttural upset.
Okay, so I just like gulp it down like in one go. Because I
Right.
mean I don't have any teeth, so I'm just go.
That's what I like to see. Early bird catches the glowworm. There's something in that. And I'm assuming Agatha is just vibing.
Oh yeah, she's
With
having
this.
a great time with it.
She's already eaten it.
Yeah.
Right, now we've eaten. 5 minutes are up. Are you back, boys? Yeah, okay. Put some copper in there. I want to see a little bit of iron in that one, and I think we need some gold flakes. So in the last furnace, put those in there. Yeah, good boy, Jobby. Right. Have you got the stuff?
Yeah. And she'll like get into her bag and pull out the little wrap and open it for him.
There we are. Be real careful with this. Sets it on the table. Right, now, we've got a few options here. What kind of weapons have you lot got?
She's gonna kind of like wave her stick.
Right, okay. Don't know what I can do with that. I'll have a think. What about you lot?
I wave my dagger.
That's what I like. Things that can poke and pierce and punch. Good. What about you, Cloak?
Oh, this is just an elvish dagger. It's very shiny. You like it? Look at this. It's very pointy.
Yeah.
I just show it to you right in front of your face.
Very nice. Do you know what the runes on that say?
I never translated it. Can you speak elvish?
I don't know. Let's find out. Let's roll a d20. Not a word. It was
Damn!
three. It was
Sorry,
three.
I'll get someone to translate it one day.
Does look cool though. Looks like the
It
sort of
does,
shit to
doesn't
make
it?
in the snow when it's when it's cold.
Well, Snow Angel, yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Mhm.
All right, Bird, what have you got?
I also have a dagger, but if I were you, I wouldn't touch it because sometimes I apply my poison to it. I kind of forgot if I did it today.
Right, so probably going to need you to work on your own then. Maybe this will be a good teaching opportunity. You might be able to sort out everybody else's. So what we need to do is we need to find a way to combat this water. So all that's happening is there is an ethereal or like a magic coating, if you will. So we put some magic into the gauntlet that I think they might be using, and it basically seeks out the element. So on the gauntlet itself, you'll see a small chamber. Whatever you put in that chamber, it will try to manipulate that. Doesn't always work. Sometimes it can be too volatile and it just makes the thing shatter. But water, pretty malleable. So we need to do the same for your weapons, but to cause a disruption. So let's start with your dagger, if you will, and hands out to Lazarus.
Yes.
Right, now, where on this thing do you think we could pop a little, just like a little, compass?
I would say at the in the hilt, there's a little opening there. It kind of divots in where the elvish writing
Oh,
is. There's a
yeah.
little spot you could put in there.
I suppose we could do that. We could just put it maybe horizontal rather than vertical, because then you'll keep some balance there. You
Yes.
don't mind if I just sort of shave it down a bit just to make sure it sits in right?
No, that's fine. Make sure you have something really good to shave it down because that metal is pretty strong.
Yeah, I don't think I've held elvish metal in, well, I guess it's elvish brass actually, looking at it, in quite a while. All right, follow me. And takes you all downstairs. Right, Jubby, you want to watch this as well. And he starts getting to work and he's doing a bunch of things. He's like hammering away and he's just, you can hear all sorts of like sounds. And this isn't the same explosive properties that you've heard previously. There's just a lot of work going on and he's really, for once, seeming quite serious. He normally has quite a sort of blissful, childlike demeanor about him, but he's actually zeroed in here. The goggles have come down and he's just full in concentration mode. And you see as he sort of like sandpapers, but with this really strange, rough-looking. You can't even think how to describe it. It does look like sandpaper, but it glistens as though it's kind of got like gold inside of it. You wonder whether he's managed to combine some materials, which is his whole thing. And he shaves it down, and then basically gets a very small glass, like semicircle, not as small as like a contact lens, but not as large as like a typical pocket compass. It's a little bit in between, and he just gets a little spoon and just like pops in a little bit of what you've got, and just gets like a little petri dish of water and just pops a couple drops in it, and then pops it in and does that, and goes, right, let's get this in the fire for a moment, and takes it over to one of the furnaces. And it's actually the one that had the gold in. You got the right amount in there, Jubby, yeah? Good, perfect. And gets it on a long fork with like tongues at the top and just holds it in there and does that. And you just wait for a moment and you start to just hear like all sorts of sounds imbuing it and crackles and like the flames are roaring around it. And eventually you notice that the whole blade begins to glow. The same sort of red glow that you get from something being like smelted down, but you can see that there's another gentle sheen around it, like almost like an aura about the weapon that has a slightly like blue and like electric property to it. He goes, right, I think that should be enough, and douses it in a bucket. Steam coming out of it as though he's tempering a new blade. Right, I think that should be good. Let me have a look. All right, do you want to test the balance for me? Test the weight. And hands it back to Lazarus.
Got it. Oh, actually, it hasn't changed a bit. It's perfectly balanced like it was before. And I started doing little twirls with it, like a little spinner, and just tossing it up, catching it. Yeah. All right, this will do pretty good. What is this going to do, though, against the bad guys? This going to help us at all? What did you just do to my blade?
So, what that's going to do is very cool. I've taken some of this moss, which is really good at capturing magic and messing with it. And I've imbued a little bit of gold. Like gold works nice as a conductor, but it can also be a repellent as well. So hopefully, if what I've done is correct, you should be, anytime you stab one of those water elementals, it should just rip apart the particles. Like you might have seen that it's got like kind of like a sack around the water. That should just make this dissipate if everything's gone according to plan. Nice. And I can do that for your dagger as well, and your dagger as well. The staff will have to have a little think about. And so he works on Rin's weapon and works on Crow's, and then turns to Agatha and goes, right, love, what are we going to do with you?
Well, I'm wondering if the magic properties are in the moss itself. Maybe I can focus on the magic side rather than the metal side.
I reckon so. You got like a pendant or a locket or anything like that? Also, I think I've just realised your camera is frozen.
Oh, so it is. Is it me though? I look so disinterested.
I think so. Yeah. I just addressed you directly. Why are you giving me stone cold look?
You're really into the story. You're just entranced.
Oh, that's so weird. Where's my camera? Let me turn it off and on and see if it'll... Anything? Nope.
It looks like you've never even left on my end. What I might try and do is I might try and kick you out. Oh, now you've left. Okay.
Okay.
So maybe you'll need to join again. I can send the link again if you'd
Yes,
like.
please. I know I found it.
There we go.
Oh, you've got it. There we go. Doo-doo-doo. I'm wondering if it's something like camera even.
Can you see yourself in the viewfinder of the camera, or is it the
Yeah.
camera that's frozen?
The camera's. I can see myself in the viewfinder. I wonder if I've like kicked a wire or something. Either way, just go without my face for now, and I'll try fix it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, have you got like a pendant or a bracelet or something? I mean, maybe better if it was actually on your staff.
Well, I could figure something out, and she'll like take some sort of like vines and make similar to when she did the little talisman thing on her hand, like for her arm. She'll sort of like bind a little stone with some vines that she can then like wrap around the staff.
Okay, nice. Right, so I reckon so long as that stays on there, we should be all right. I just need a way in. I need to fill this thing with juice. I've got to distill it down first, though. So he basically goes over and gets a couple of the flakes of gold out of the sort of the roaring furnace and puts them into a small kind of like sort of like it's almost like an emptied copper golem head that he's using as sort of like a hot pot. Starts dropping bits in and puts the remaining scrapes of the moss in there as well. Starts stirring and goes, tell you what, because it's magic, let's try one of these. And just gets a chunk of amethyst. This is from up north and never quite managed to make it work, but let's see if this does it. Puts it in. Big explosion. But he goes, all right, yep. It's blue. That's what we wanted. All right. I reckon just like dip the tip of your staff in there, see what happens, see if it takes.
She'll like obviously lean in and sort of twist in the very tip points off it.
And then you notice that as you do that, as soon as the vines come into contact with the substance, there's a little bit of resistance. You see a sort of trembling from the new vines that have grown around the staff. But then you hear like a really sort of like wispy, like, and it starts to just kind of work its way out, almost like not too dissimilar actually to the electric currents that were coming out of the lush copper mines when you very first approached it the other day. But instead, it's just coursing around like thunderbolts, just drawing lines in the sky. But in this time, it's actually drawing lines all around the vines until it reaches the end point and it sort of caps itself off as though it's cauterizing itself. So rather than having like lots of pointed bits at the end where you can kind of catch yourself, it kind of rounds out nicely and sinks itself somehow into the wood then of the staff, kind of making it unified. And goes, right, well, if that didn't work, it's not my fault. Never done just pure magic before.
That's fine, dearie. That's my specialty.
Well, if you say so. Right then, so I suppose I've done all I can. I mean, I would love to get that gauntlet back and maybe back into the right hands. So if you come across it, let me know. Like, where do you think it is at the minute?
Well, I'm not too sure. We think it might be over at Orchidea, seeing as that's where we ran into the water monsters the first time.
Right. Well, did you see someone wielding the gauntlet there?
Not at the time, but
No.
if you said you gave it to Riven, I'm sure we can have a word with him about it.
Yeah, I suppose you could, but yeah, weird. Normally you have to be pretty close to it to make it work. Its range is probably only like 20 meters, something like that. So
Maybe
whoever was
someone's
using
made
it-
some enhancements to your work.
No, impossible. They can't have. I'm the tinkerer. No one tinkers with a tinkerer. That'd be tinking insane.
There's gotta be somebody else. You know, come on. You can't be the only one. Sorry to burst your bubble, but
Well, if you say so. Come here looking for favors and tell me that I'm not the tinkerest tinkerer
Hey.
that ever tinkered.
I'm sorry. Like, I know it hurts. The truth hurts sometimes.
Don't
But-
you have to vocalize
Grandma,
it.
do you have a candy to give to him? I think I hurt his feelings.
Yeah.
Wait, he gets one and I don't. I've been waiting for the last.
You
2
fell in the
days.
water.
Damn
Um,
it!
Yeah, she'll take out a candy from her thing and be like, "Oh, I'm sure you're still better than him, dearie."
Yeah, at least someone thinks so.
Yeah, like I didn't say you were bad or anything. I just said that maybe there's other people. Maybe you could be friends with them or something. I don't know. You know what? I think we should probably head out now, though. It's getting late. And
She'll kind of say
What
like,
do you mean late? It's only like 2 o'clock. What do you mean?
yeah, it's
I could all kind of say like under her breath to him of being like, "I wouldn't worry too much about her opinion. She's not quite the best judge of character."
If you say so. Suppose if I am so terrible, I won't see you again anyway.
No, thank you so
No,
much
don't
for
say
everything
that.
again. This
Yeah,
dagger's
we'll come
really
back for
cool.
the sandwiches, right? We'll come back for more
Yeah,
sandwiches.
The sandwiches
You'll
were
see it soon.
great.
Yeah,
Hey,
thank
why
you
is
so
there
much
one
for
on the
that.
ground here? Who did that?
Oh,
And you,
that's not mine.
Not mine.
It's not mine.
First you come into my workshop, then you waste my sandwich. Get out!
We gotta go.
She'll
Guys, he just gave us some really cool weapons. Come on.
as they leave, she'll like reach in and give him a handful of her little candies kind of thing and be like, "Just in case you want something different from the glowberries, hun."
Are you giving
You
him
bet-
more candies?
You better get going, because when I finish these, I'll chase you. I'll chase you right down the street. Me and Jubby will mess you up. That's what we'll do.
Stop. We gotta go. We
We'll do
gotta
it
go.
for research.
You're right, hun. You enjoy, and she'll toddle off.
Right. Cheers.
Well, that went well.
You
What a
need to just
weirdo.
quit opening your mouth around people, hun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
I'm starting to think you're no meant for a social life.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, I'm the one who got you to give him candy, and there was probably too many in your pockets, so I did you a favor.
I don't think it was. I actually think I now need to stock back up when we go into Meraport.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? No. Enough. Let's just get out of here.
Okay, if you all want to get... I've still got to pick up my order from earlier, so I'll be back in a minute. And she's going to go to that copper golem down the mine that she asked to collect glowberries for her.
Ah, okay,
Oh,
yeah.
So she'll just go
So
into the
you-
little elevator and like... just...
You sort of see descending, and you still hear Victor going, 10, 9. And he's just busy eating away at the sweets. So
Also,
yeah,
my
you make
camera
your way-
will not work on that site for some reason. My camera works because I can have it on my OBS fine, but it will not work on the website anymore for some reason. It just keeps saying
weird.
problem with camera or waiting for camera.
Is it worth just like reloading all of Chrome? So like close any and all tabs, so like the
Oh, I
app's
could
Chrome's
try.
closed.
Yeah, let me
See
try
whether that
that.
helps.
My tabs, my
What was
tabs.
the copper golem called down here? I'm trying to remember which one it was. See if I've got any notes of that.
Also, I'm assuming like just around the area, so like both on the workshop floor as we were leaving, like down the elevator bit, there'd have just been little like scraps of metal.
Oh wait, where were the scraps of metal? Sorry.
Just sort of like all around this area, like I mean like little like loose bolts or screws that have been dropped or...
Yeah, there's bits and pieces. Some of them are like you see a lot of like broken lightning rods that have come off the top of the heads of various copper golems. You see panels and kind of placards that keep falling off, and yeah, there's body parts. You see the occasional arm or the occasional like little metallic foot, and they are just kind of like strewn across the place in no kind of organized fashion. It's not even as though they're all in like one on one assortment of benches. They are just sort of scattered about, I believe. Some of them likely from copper golems that have simply fallen through various sinkholes, and you can tell they've just sort of smashed on impact. And others you can see actually as you come around one of the sort of tall stone pillars that holds up the shape, I suppose, of this cavern. You walk around the corner and you see one of them is actually just a statue of a copper golem. Seemed to be in the middle of work and is oxidized to the point where he is now completely kind of like teal and green, and actually blends in quite well with the moss and the vines down here.
Also, you know, I can't get the camera to work, so that's not going for today. I apologize.
That's okay. All good.
Yeah, basically, I just wanted to have collected a few things because while Agatha doesn't quite understand the tech stuff, she knows that probably her seeds and things are not going to be as well received or known what to do with by the little copper golem thing, so she wants to give him something for it.
Nice. That sounds good. So you wander over, and we're going to go back to... I don't remember his name, but I remember we helped him blink. So we'll call him Blinky.
Okay.
Oh, you're back.
I am, hun. Did you get any glowberries for me?
I got so many, and scurries around the side of the pillar. I got 4.
Oh, that's just fantastic, dear. Thank you so much.
You want all of them?
Do you want one?
And gives you a blank stare and go, blink, blink.
Okay, I'll take 3 then. And she'll just take 3 of them. And then she'll also, like, as she sort of takes the 3, she'll just put, like, whatever random bits of bolts and screws she kind of picked up on her way down and, like, bits of metal.
Oh, what? Giving them to him or just giving them for herself?
Giving them to him.
Oh, okay.
As she sort of takes the berries, she'll, like, put that in.
Whoa! What will these help me do?
Well, I'm not quite sure, dearie, but they seem like they're made of the same thing you are, so maybe you can think of something.
I will ask Victor. He said there's no room for improvement with me specifically, but maybe not.
Or maybe he can make you a fun little hat with it.
I like that. Maybe I could be called Mohawk. I like that.
I like
One
that
here,
too.
One here, and he's trying to point there, but his arm just goes straight. One here, and one here, and one here. You can't really gauge. You gauge through conversation context where he's pointing, but it's just his arm just pointing in different directions around the room. He has no hinge. He has no elbows to be able to point to his head properly. Wow. Do you want more glowberries?
No, dear. I think I've probably got enough with these 3. These are some really good ones, so they'll last me quite a while.
Oh. Okay. I did also find this. And scurries back around the corner and comes back around. This one doesn't look like me. And it's basically just like a small assortment of golden coins.
Ooh. Yeah,
Do you want these?
Yeah, I can find a use for those, hun.
Very good. I'm glad to have helped. Blink, blink.
Well, you've been very helpful. Thank you. And she'll sort of like give him a little tap on the top.
What was that?
Oh, well, I just gave you a little pat in the head.
Another?
Sure. And she'll do it again.
I must ask for more of that from Victor.
Oh, I'm sure he seems like the type that'd do it. Right, well, I better...
turns and gets back to his work. He just sort of like spins on the spot and goes, blink, 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 blink.
Yeah.
And you see him walk over towards a wall in the corner of the room, and he's realized now that like if you either pat the top of his head or even more specifically just push the lightning rod in a little bit, it causes this kind of like fry up. But he goes blink, blink, and pushes his head against the wall. He does it one more time, and then you realize he goes, and he just falls to the ground. I think he may have short-circuited himself or put himself into standby for now.
Well, I'm sure that's a problem someone else will know how to fix. And she'll make her way back to the elevator. What was that, like a handful of gold?
A handful of gold, yeah. Feel free to add it to your inventory.
Nice.
So you make your way back upstairs. Whereabouts did the remainder of the party wander to? So they obviously left the workshop itself. Agatha went down the elevator. Did you head more towards the direction of the crossroad, or did you sort of wait at the elevator?
Rin immediately bolted down the path, knowing she really messed up that conversation and just had to get out of there.
Nice. Lazarus and Crow, where did you guys end up at?
Yeah, I can follow behind, just making fun of her.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm following to make sure they're not getting into any trouble or falling into water again.
Nice. So then Agatha comes plodding along down the path. Are you riding on Dennis at this point, or are you just walking
Yeah,
side
the
by
problem,
side?
like, if I know I'm going to be getting for like a long distance, so I'd assumed we're like going to the next place, I'll get on Dennis. But like, if I'm just toddling around the place, like, I wouldn't be on him. So
Nice. I'll let you reintroduce yourself back to the rest of the group.
right, gang, are we ready to head back in?
Yeah, we should probably go, huh?
Yeah, we're heading to Orchidia now to see what's going on with those guys, those water elementals. We're gonna start fighting now because I really, really would like a fight.
Oh, we're not just gonna fight them, we're gonna kill them. All of them.
Oh, of course, that's obvious.
I mean, we probably want to head back into Meraport first, just to have a conversation with like what was the big guard's name, like the one in charge?
Felix.
Felix
we
or
want to tell
Riven?
Felix
Wasn't it?
what we found. No, because Riven is the one that I beat in the arm wrestle. That
Oh,
then
that's the
also
guy, the
we had to
embarrassed
take
guy.
back to.
Is he cured by now? Maybe we could check on him on the way too.
Because he's the
You
one
see,
that.
when you last saw him, he seemed okay. He'd had a night in
He
the
seemed fine.
infirmary, and
Yeah.
when he got up in the morning, he looked fatigued, but seemed to have his faculties about him again.
Yeah, well, I guess he's on the way to Orchidia. So yeah, let's pass by Meraport. We got to go through there anyways.
Yeah, I always like going through there, so might as well.
And to the Wild Rose Tavern as well, right?
Yeah, let's hit that up
Woohoo!
too.
Let's go.
Guys, it is
So
about
you-
2 in the afternoon, just so you're all aware.
It's the perfect time.
Yeah, it really is the perfect time. Come on, Grandma. You gotta have just a little bit of fun with us sometime.
Oh, I've had plenty of fun, dearie. Don't mind. Don't you worry.
Yeah, but come on with us.
I've
come
been
on.
having plenty of fun playing with you specifically.
Yeah, look at that bruising you have there on your shin.
Oh, it's a sore spot. Not even like physically, emotionally, it's sore. Okay, still getting over that.
So
Yeah.
you're wandering back towards Meraport at this rate?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Nice.
And when we get to Meraport, I'll like put Dennis into the stables for now and like leave him there, get that sorted.
Nice. So you wander into Meraport. Dennis gets popped into the stables, and you're there on the eastern gates, waiting to go in. And you notice that there's some tensions at the gate. There seems to be a watcher that is stood there. Excuse me. What's your business in Meraport today?
What's your business?
What do
in
you like to
Meraport
know?
today?
Yeah,
what's
what are
wrong
you
with this
doing,
guy?
huh?
Well, my business
go
is to
wherever we
be up
want.
in your business. What
Yeah,
do
but
you
like,
mean?
since when can I always just walk into this city. What's going on?
Well, have you not heard? There's been even more murders.
More
What?
murders.
More.
Over in Orchidia, and apparently last night there was a murder for the first time over here in the city. So
Uh-oh.
we're on not lockdown, but we need to look down, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, hon, I can promise you this isn't the first murder in a town like this, but where did that happen?
Well, it happened just outside the Copper Golem last night.
We
Well,
were there before.
it's still happening in Orchidia,
I stole
but
from there.
right up the.
Shh,
What?
don't say that loud. No,
Don't say
don't worry about
that.
it. It's a bird.
That was a joke.
They don't even speak
Yeah.
good English.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Oh God, I thought I heard things.
Do you know where we'll be able to find Felix?
Felix, yeah. Where is he stationed today? Let me have a think. He sort of just like stands there racking his brain, and he's trying to scratch his.
When
head.
he's
Oh,
doing that,
useless.
Agatha's going to be like, "Oh, don't worry, dearie Alpha, don't mind me, we'll find our way," and then she'll sort of push past him.
Let's
Give
go.
me a presence check on this.
Can I add, "Don't mind me, dearie"?
You absolutely can. So, for context, people watching, Don't Mind Me, Dearie is one of Agatha's experiences. So, Agatha can spend 1 hope to get a +2 to this roll. And because he was already in a bit of confusion, like he was literally trying to scratch his head and went, well, that doesn't even work because he's got a helmet on, and he just sort of starts patting it like that. And then you bump past him. So, I would say the difficulty for this isn't going to be too crazy. I'm going to put it at like a 10 for you to be able to wander by.
I got 14.
Fantastic. So yeah, you just bump past and go, just be careful, I suppose. And lets the remainder of you come through, and you find yourselves back within the walls of Meraport.
Nice.
Nice.
So,
Where's Felix at?
Felix, I'm trying to think, how do we navigate this? Because I suppose you asked where Felix is and then barge past the person who was thinking up the answer. What I can say is actually you come in from the right side of town. So that's the side of town that you left. So as you take your first steps forwards, there's an alleyway to your left, and the next one along is the alleyway that Agatha actually previously had a conversation with Felix and Riven down. It seems to be that's where the kind of the armory and the med bay is. So that's the last place you saw them. They may be out on work, but you could always go down there and ask around.
Yeah, let's
where
head down
to-
there.
Yeah, head down.
wanna head
Okay,
down
let's do it.
Okay.
Last
So-
seen location.
So you wander down that way, and there's a lot of hustle and bustle. It seems as though the Watchers are a bit unsettled today. Normally there are more of them manning the streets, but they all seem to have congregated here. And they're going, well, we're just going to be next if this all happens. It's starting in Orchidia. It's fine when it's over there, but now it's here. We're not trained to fight. And it's the Watchers talking out. Now, don't worry. I'm sure you're all more than capable. Then how someone died last night? Well, they were merely a civilian. Oh, my dear boy. And you notice that this man stood in front of all of these Watchers is of the same rank as somebody higher up. So a reminder for people that the lowest level of law enforcement and guardsmen in Meraport are the Watchers on the base level. Then you have the listeners who are a level up from that. They command downward. They listen to local trade and push information up the chain. And then you've got the speakers, and the speakers conversate with the mayor as well. And the reason you can tell that this person's a listener is not only because they wear kind of white and gold garbs, but also there is just like a large ear symbol that is on the lapel that is very visible to all. It's almost obnoxious how big it is. It doesn't need to be that big, and an ear on a chest like that just looks a bit odd. He's like, don't worry. What we'll do, we'll split up, and we'll make sure that there are 3 of you on each post rather than 2. How does that sound? Well, yeah, I suppose that's all right, one of the other ones say. And some of them turn away. Don't worry. Come back in an hour or 2. I'll have the new schedule posted up. Good one. Go on, boys. You can do it. And all of them start scurrying off, all saying obscenities and voicing their frustrations under their breath as they walk off.
Do I pick up any, like, does it sound like the guy saying it believes what he's saying? Like, does this feel like he's oblivious to the fact that, like, it's a danger? Or do you think he's like, crap, there's actually a lot of danger and I need to make them not realize yet?
Give me a instinct roll.
Instinct. 20.
20. You've been around long enough to know that when somebody is nervous about something, they try to laugh it away. They try to make every situation seem as though it's lighthearted. A feigned chuckle at the end of a sentence usually implies that there is more of an issue at hand than they maybe want to let on to the remainder of the people around them. So you've seen through the veil pretty quickly, and you sort of see him go, and you see him stood there kind of in his thoughts, kind of just rubbing his hands together and just kind of like in his own head for a moment. But you can certainly tell that things aren't as peachy as he may have implied to his inferiors.
Fancy Pants?
I was going to say we should probably have a word with him.
Yeah, I think we should go talk to Fancy Pants over there. Do
Yeah,
you
he
want
looks
me to do the
scared.
talking?
No,
or
I
like...
actually would like it if you stood quite far at the back.
Oh, further back.
Yeah, get back.
Are you sure? I'm
And
pretty
as
good
you
at talking
as you
to
kind of
people.
like keep walking, she's gonna be like, a little more. A little more.
Okay, how about now? Is this good?
No, I can still hear you, hun. A little more.
Okay, how about...
Just get back.
That's
Let Grandma
great.
do it.
Okay, I'll stop talking.
So we'll make our way to. I want to kind of like get around to him, but like away from everyone else, and like not just like take him into a dark corner, but like just so that other people aren't in earshot.
Yeah,
Nice.
and Rin's actually far enough back that she is kind of like scouting the area around
Nice.
while everybody else is conversing.
Okay. Give me a instinct roll, please.
Okay. I got a 12 with hope.
12 with hope. So as you look around, there's the typical hustle and bustle of the town and everything else going on here. Merchants are doing their usual calls. 3 pumpkins for a handful of gold. 3 pumpkins. And all the usual stuff. You're hearing the chitter chatter between the disgruntled watchers as they go by. The children are very excited that the circus is soon to be up and running. A little boy goes, I saw the dog. I swear I saw it. No, you didn't. You saw the tent pole. I know I did. I swear I saw it. And as you see those 2 little boys wander off, you just sort of see shutters immediately slam shut. And you had noticed there a pair of eyes peering out of them. Don't necessarily know whether they were looking at you or whether it was just somebody peering out into the street itself and wanted a moment of privacy. But moving back to Agatha and this listener, he's there rubbing his hands going, oh God, what am I going to do? Right, so 3 on each post, and then that's going to leave the central gate open, the southern gate open. I suppose the blacksmiths are there. They call for us if we needed anything.
Oh, hon, you having a bit of difficulty?
No, not at all. Everything's peachy. How can I help you, ma'am?
Well, I've been around far too long to pull the wool over my eyes. But we helped clear up the problem in Orchidia, so right now I think we're probably your best bet here.
Oh, that's you.
Aye.
Yeah, Felix had mentioned about you. Riven hasn't forgot about that. He was pretty peeved. Were you the arm wrestler, or is there another one?
Oh,
like
no,
yourself?
that's all me, hun.
Really?
My bark is worse than my bite.
Yeah, absolutely. Isn't it all? It doesn't even make sense, but he's sort of saying like generic conversation tropes in the hopes that he can just remain engaging, but without actually having to commit too much. Yeah, no. Everything's fine. Everything's fantastic. We had a little disagreement happen at the north of town last night. For some reason, I mean, I suppose it's called the misinformer for a reason. They're saying it was an assassination, but I think it was more of a tit for tat, a bar brawl, if you will.
So is that your way of saying you don't know who did it?
Yeah. Give me an instinct roll.
13.
Well, some people may say that. Yeah. We're not too sure exactly what happened. Just we found them and it was already too late, and it somewhat matched the MO of what was happening over in Orchidia, but a lot more blood.
So they weren't drowned this time?
Not that we could tell, no.
That feels like... I'm not quite sure if these are connected in the same way that they might have been before.
Just seems like we just don't have enough people. We send people to Orchidia, then we're weakened here, and then if we stay all here, then the people of Orchidia are just left to slaughter. What are we supposed to do?
Well, I'm wondering if maybe, I don't know, more regular moving patrols could work. Have people moving around a bit more. It means if something happens, you might have them run into each other. But I'm no exactly a guardsman myself, so I'm not quite sure the tactics that'll work for you.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, I suppose they're watchers more than they are walkers. I'll be honest. It's a lot less prerequisites to join the ranks. You only really need the fitness and the strength for here. But what if they figure out the patterns of where they're walking? They could slip through the gaps. I don't know what to do, and none of the speakers are listening. I feel stuck.
Well, if you can point us in the direction of where we might find Riven, we might be able to at least solve the problem that was happening in Orchidia and hope that they were connected.
Riven? Where did we put Riven today? Where was that? So it wasn't the dockyard. That's where Spencer and Alan went. So wouldn't have been a northern gate. That whole place is a crime scene. I suppose they're probably down by the blacksmith. Are you familiar with where that is?
Aye, I think that's where we came in.
Oh, perfect. Okay, yeah, fantastic. You're not taking him away from the city, though, are you? I mean, we need everybody we can get at the minute.
No, I just need a word with them.
Right. Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, well, I suppose that's where he is, but yeah, thank you very much. I'll have a little think on what you've said.
Okay, hun.
Maybe just keep this between us, right? Like, Felix said you could be trusted, so let's not worry the people any more than a bloody newspaper already is.
Keep what between us? And she'll give him a wink.
And he doesn't pick up on it. He just goes, the murders at the top of town.
She'll
That's
just
what I don't
like
want anyone
pat
talking
him on
about.
the shoulder and be like, "Don't you worry," and then she'll turn around to go.
But you understood what I meant, right?
She's gonna keep walking.
Nice. So Agatha's toddling back towards the rest of the group. What are the remainder of you up to at the moment? Have you gone for a wander about the town? Are you still just chilling in eye range or viewing distance of Agatha, or?
I think at this point I probably just climbed one of the vines up to on the side where by the wild rose, and I was thinking about going in. But I was like, you know what? Let me do a little bit of a patrol up here. So I did my usual rooftop, going from building to building, going from side to side, just seeing if there's anything happening out there. It looks pretty quiet. It's just people doing a town business, but
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything out of the ordinary. But I'm up there. I'm watching.
Is there any chance I can get Lazarus's attention because I saw the window shutter?
Yeah, you could. You'd
Yeah,
have
throw
to
something at
do... Yeah, I suppose you'd have to try and launch something up. I suppose that would be maybe a strength check if you want to launch something up towards him.
Okay. Sorry, where are we again in relation to stuff? Are we kind of close to the docks?
I suppose actually that's up for you guys to decide. So I was imagining that you were just off the eastern stretch of Meraport. So you got the fountain in the middle. You've gone slightly off to the east, and Agatha was having a conversation down that first alleyway. And then you guys were initially there, but I guess you could position yourself over by the dockyard. I suppose it's where Lazarus is currently located. Like, what sort of rooftop are you on in the town?
Yeah, so if I climbed up the wild rose, then I probably made my way back north, which is towards the dock, and then a little left. So I'm probably like in that big building right there where that little crosswalk is, that you can go underneath by the fountain. I'm probably above that one, looking down towards the docks.
You're basically over like Lizzie's place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
So yeah, I definitely catch sight of him. I want his attention so he can kind of, take a better look at it. So I go over to a fish barrel. I stick my hand in the barrel, grab a fish, and I try my best to whip it at him to get his attention.
Whip it out, go.
I guess what would that be? I'm assuming that's I know this is gonna be finesse. Surely this is a finesse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
so give me a finesse roll. Lazarus is obviously like 2 stories up at this point. It's quite a pinpoint thing. You don't even necessarily need to hit him. It's just got to catch his attention, which I think any flying fish would probably do. Let me set the difficulty for this at a 10.
Okay. Yeah. The fish. Let me just say that the fish was very slippery. Okay, I rolled a 4 with fear.
Oh no.
No. So on a 4 with fear, it looks like you've just taken the fish out of one of the barrels and you've eyed up Lazarus and you've just gone to throw. And as you do, it's as though you kind of like tried to do it like a bit of a magic trick. You've like feigned a throw and it's just your hand moves and the fish barely moves out of it. And because you're relatively close to the fountain, it looks like you've just decided to try and put it back in its natural habitat and you've just thrown the fish into the fountain in the center of town.
I pretend it's a
you
magic
better pay for that.
trick. No, it was a magic trick, and I bow.
What?
Yeah, did you see what I just did?
Well, yeah, I saw you steal one of my fish.
No, it's called the flying fish maneuver. Didn't you see
I
that?
don't give a flying fish. You
Yeah,
either
but that
get it
will-
back out of there or you're paying for it.
Listen. No. If people believe that you sell magic fish, you can sell them for more.
What is it supposed to do when they eat it? What is it? They grow gills? They
You can say whatever. You can tell people different things. Grows gills, really high in omega-3s. It'll make you strong, give you good brains, Just think about the possibilities.
This is a weird marketing strategy that you got. You do
But
this
it
to all
worked.
the stands? Have you done it to Ginny?
No, seriously, try it out. Go tell somebody that it's a magic fish. Trust me.
Why don't you go tell them? They've just seen this display of yours. Why don't you go speak to that lady over there and see what she reckons to all this?
Yeah, sure. What's her name again?
Oh, I don't know. It was the first time I've ever seen her.
Oh, okay. Hey, you.
And you have this very well put together lady. She looks around and goes, yes.
I have something really cool to show you. Have you ever seen a magical fish?
No.
Do you know what they're capable of?
No.
Well, you, my friend, are in for a treat. And I take another fish and I aim to throw it right over her head and into another barrel that's behind her. I'm assuming there is one.
For the purposes of this, I will say yes. Give me a finesse roll with disadvantage. Because
With
your hands
disadvantage?
because your hands are still slobbery. So you'll do your finesse roll. I think if you click on your character sheet and click
Oh,
finesse,
I see it. Yes.
you can then
Okay.
click disadvantage. So
Okay,
a
got it.
disadvantage for people watching is you roll a d6 and that gets deducted from your score. So yeah, give me a roll with disadvantage. On
It's
finesse.
9 with fear.
A 9 with fear. I would say that with a 9 with fear, she's just looking at you really sourpuss. And your hands are still slippy from the throw a moment ago. You've got so immediately confronted by the fishmonger that you don't have a proper grip on anything. And it doesn't quite hit a smack bang in the center of the face, but she goes, oh, I've told you twice now, no! And she is not impressed. Who's going to... You're going to pay for this. Take me to the tailor immediately.
I have a
Wait.
handful of, I have a little bit of gold. Do you want it? I'm so sorry. Rin just has no idea what to do at this point.
For once, my response will change. Yes. Puts her hand out.
And I willingly hand it over because I know what I've done.
Have you still also got to pay for the fish?
That went
Oh.
splendidly. Love your work. That is 2 fish now, though.
Tough crowd, huh? How about we make a little bit of a deal? I give
What
you.
could you possibly offer me at this point?
I've got the good stuff. Trust me. I've got some good stuff in my rucksack right here. It is prime Mufia milk. You know how hard it is to get into that speakeasy? I've got a
just
nice
another one of your made-up words. You're just taking fish and saying they're magical. You're taking milk and saying it's Mufia. What's that?
Oh, a speakeasy. Not everyone is gonna know what that is. Okay, well, you know what? It's been really nice chatting to you, and I think I do, in fact, have to go. My grandma's over there, and she's calling me. So I'll see you
Ask
later.
her for your pocket. Come back! And you just blitz off. Watchers! Fish thief! Well, not thief. She threw 2. I could pick them up, but it's just get her. But obviously, where the watchers are stretched so thin at the moment, there is 0 reaction from any watchers that are within a reasonable distance. You can see that they're quite firmly sat on their post today, and they're only going to move for moments of serious interest. So we're lucky to sneak away from there. Lazarus. Oh, actually, no. Crow, what are you up to? Where have you been this whole time?
I've just been sneaking down the dark alleys, looking for trouble. Looking for people
Okay.
to rob.
What part of town have you been wandering around? Are you down in the dockyard? Are you in the northeast? Down by the blacksmiths? Meraport. Where do you imagine yourself lurking?
What's the creepiest area?
The creepiest area would actually be the southeastern area. So you come down to the southern gates and you tuck up round the eastern side.
Okay, I'm there.
Okay. What would you like to do here? Are you looking to enter homes? Are you looking for conversation with shady characters? What's the goal here?
I'm looking to steal from shady characters or whoever just happens to walk by.
Oh, so we want to do a little pickpocket attempt, maybe.
Yes.
Okay. So you see a group of familiar garbs. There's 3 of them stood up against one window, and they're all looking through it at the same time. You recognize these as being more members of the Scarlet Veil, but they're not being particularly inconspicuous, but they're all looking through the window. Give me 3 seconds. I just need to ask chat something. But they're all looking through a window going, I swear it's in this house. Yeah, somebody said they saw it the other day. Oh, it's interesting. Okay. Well, I think the owner's in, so we probably can't do that. And over to the left-hand side, you can just see what seems to be sort of like an old man. Doesn't even necessarily look to be a beggar. I think he's just wanting to get away from the ambience of the main street, like the main vein of the city. And he's just sort of like leaning up against the wall, hunched up, and appears to be asleep. Seems to be relaxing.
Who should I rob? Wait, is the one who's sleeping, is he a beggar? So is he poor?
Not sure. He doesn't look to be a beggar. He doesn't look so overgrown with his beard and the like, where he looks to be homeless. I think it's just he just seems to be worn. Like he seems as though he's lived a life, but he is just currently resting, eyes closed, just kind of knees up against the wall.
And the Scarlet Veil people are just distracted, looking into the window.
Wholly distracted, yeah. Just looking through this sort of like shutter, if you will. The shutter isn't large enough for them to climb in, but you can see them all like taking it in turns to kind of cram their heads into it. There's a lot of hustling and bustling going on between the 3 of them.
Okay, so I think like the guy who's like almost asleep at the wall, he's like a fellow warrior. He's seen things. Like there's some honor amongst thieves, so I don't want to like steal from him while he sleeps. But the Scarlet Veil, I hate them. I hate them with a passion. So I want to try and pickpocket them, or at least one of them.
Just at least one of them. Okay.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, I would like you to give me a. What would this be? I suppose maybe I feel like finesse roll is probably most apt. It says control, hide, and tinker, and I feel like finesse would also come into like the pickpocketing ability. So there are 3 of them, and I will tell you that each of them has different difficulty levels. I won't tell you what those are, but there are 3 of them there available to pickpocket. They're lined up against the window. They're hustling and bustling and kind of shoving because they each want to see through this window for some reason. So let me know if you'd like to pickpocket the one closest to you, the one that's central with the window, or the one that is furthest from you.
The one in the middle.
The middle, okay. Give me a finesse roll.
Finesse. Okay, I clicked on the right thing. 21 with hope.
Whoa. Okay, so on a 21 with hope, that was, for context, the most difficult one because it's right there in the middle. As much as he's getting bustled from either side, there is so much flanking potential from the other 2 to basically meet your gaze as they're looking towards one another and say, no, I want to look first. I want to look first. And as they're kind of hustling and bustling, you're just able to lift up the back of the cloak. Not so much that they would feel the difference in weight and the gravity of it, but just enough to peer in. And you just sort of get in there and you manage to take from their hip a little pouch, like a little coin pouch. And you get that and you manage to just sneak away with it. And inside of that were 2 handfuls of gold.
Yes. Money.
We cut back to... actually, is there anything else you would like to do down this alleyway, or are you leaving this area?
I think I'm running away with my loot.
And as you're running away, you just hear, oh, very good. Go on, then. And it's just that you realize the old man was awake the entire time and has just watched this unfold, and he's just very humoured by it as you wander off back into the sunlight. So we are back with Lazarus. So Lazarus has been unaware of the drama unfolding out in the main street between Rin and merchants and ladies. what has Lazarus been up to on the rooftops?
Well, could that same shutter that opened and closed, could I have seen that happen also being up there, so I can maybe do a little poke and try to get in there?
I don't think you would, because I think only Rin spotted that, and it was at ground level and under. Basically, there would have been a what's the word when there's like when you have an entrance to a home and there's a little sort
An
of
alcove.
There you go. There was an alcove that was over the entrance.
Okay,
and
okay.
This was there's a window either side, and it was on the side opposite the alcove where this happened. So I think you wouldn't learn about that until you managed to circle back to Rin, I would say.
Actually, come back. Okay. Was there anything that I could have seen being up there? Just going from side to side. Is there anything happening that I should be aware of, like that I can sneak into or find a way into?
Up on the rooftops, you're wandering along, and you manage to wander over towards the northern end of town where you've got the crime scene. So basically, they've closed off the entire northern gate for the day, it would seem. So the only two ways in and out of Meraport currently on foot would be the east gate that you come through and the southern gate, which leads out to the community and Orchidia and beyond. And you're looking over the kind of roped off area where the bodies had fallen. The bodies are still there. You can see people down there drawing sketches. These are guards of Meraport. And you can see somebody who is wearing black and gold robes. You've not seen anybody like this before, but you can see a lot of watchers scurrying around there. You see a listener in white and gold who's scribbling away. But this black and gold robed person is just like crouched down to the floor and just kneeling over the bodies and really inspecting it, lifting up the arm and just letting it drop and kind of turning the head slightly to get a look at the profile. And you can tell that they're just inspecting the scene. And you know through your information and sort of like, sort of communication methods that this is a speaker. They're rarely seen down on the street level. They only come out for moments of great import, and usually they don't leave the mayor's office or the vicinity of it that often. So this death has clearly rattled them if they're showing themselves in the street. And to get a closer look at everything that's going on, you wander over towards the speedrunning clock tower to see whether you can sit on the balcony that's up there if you'd like to, or you can go elsewhere.
Yes, yeah, that'd be a cool spot. I would love to go up there.
So you sweep across the top. No need to do any checks for this because you're pretty adept at rooftop running, and you sort of sit there on the balcony looking down at the scene. Is there any kind of information you're wanting to glint from inspecting this? Is there any kind of insight you want from what you see here?
Like, I really want to know how that murder happened. Like, I want to see if I can really confirm if it has anything to do with what we're doing, or if it's maybe just the Scarlet Veil been killing other people.
So it's up to you. So from a distance, I don't think you'd be close enough to actually see the wounds themselves, as much as this speaker is moving the cadaver ever so slightly. You would probably have to get closer or garner information from other sources if you wanted to find that out, I would say.
Can I go straight to the speaker?
You could
Confront him, like just drop down right behind him, like a little shadowy figure.
If you would like to, I think they would be feel quite affronted, but absolutely, if you want to drop down there.
Ooh, yes, yeah. I just want to do a little shadowy sneak job. I'll do my little jump off the top of the clock tower into a little hay bale cart that's right there by the walls. I can just drop down easily and just sneak underneath and hide right behind this speaker, and just before anyone else knows, I just show up right behind him.
Okay, give me an agility roll.
Agility. Oh, 14 with hope.
14 with hope. Give yourself a hope, of course.
Yes.
And yeah, you go from the clock tower and you jump off. You land, and you manage to land in the hay bale that's in the back of that cart. And you find yourself just kind of on the northern gate, and you're able to hide behind like a small hedge. And you are now within audible range of the speaker and the numerous people that are there. And they go,
"And what exactly? What time did you discover the body?"
Well, my voice, we found them at a little after midnight. It seems as though both of them had been felled before we got here.
Yes. Looks like whoever did this, it was a solo job. A little more sophisticated than the usual bandits that they have in the Vale. Who else operates in our cities right now?
Well, we had heard rumors of other assassins. I mean, there's the Riverwood Hamlet, and I heard that there's works happening there, but that was just a lead. But it could be true.
Don't worry about them. I have them right where I want them. No, this is much finer work. This is a signal.
And that's all you really hear from that conversation. This speaker seems to be keeping their cards very close to their chest. They almost look offended that the listeners are even addressing them, even though they're literally asking them questions and receiving information. There's a real sort of power ignorance, I suppose, among those ranks. And then he goes,
Notice how they took them out first, but they leave them with a smile.
a smile? My words?
Yes, a smile. Look at this.
And turns it up. You can see the listener kind of like stagger back a little bit. And it's just literally from the corner of their mouth right the way up to the ear. There's just like a ginormous cut, and like the skin here just kind of like hangs out. You hear little children go, ah! There's little children that, like, for some reason they've not blocked line of sight to this. It's just they've put a rope there to say don't pass this, but children can see that.
Yes. I've heard of this once before. They call this the cackle. It's their signature. Right, I suppose I'll go and speak with the mayor. Clean this up, won't you? I'm done here.
And he basically wanders down into the depths of the staircase going into the copper golem, and leaves everybody else there to do cleanup. And that's what you see from there.
Oh, that's cool. I don't know anyone who does killings like that, but that sounds like a professional. I want to find out who it is. I would love to know if he knows exactly who that person is, but it has nothing to do with what we're doing now, though. So maybe that's something we could keep in our back pocket for later, because it doesn't look like any water elementals or anything to do with magic. So that could be a lovely little side quest after we're done with our main one.
Okay. We swing the camera back now, pulling down Main Street down towards the south, and a lot of this is happening in unison, and the camera turns and pans, breaking through the water.
I hope Jimmy and Green enjoyed Veinbound. Was it fun to watch? Guys, everyone coming in over from the Green streams, I hope you enjoyed. See, I give her good recommendations. They need to listen to me more.
Running towards her as quick as she can.
Grandma,
Oh,
if
hi.
anybody asks, you are my grandma, okay? Just play it cool. You're
She's-
my grandma. We're just visiting and just having a lovely vacation together, and that's it.
Okay, so I've just to tell them that you didn't inherit my good looks, then that's fine.
Are you for real? You know what? I'm in a lot of trouble right now, so I'm not going to fully address that, but we're going to talk about that later.
When are you not never in? When are you not in a lot of trouble, dear? You're
You make a
always
good
putting
point.
your foot in it.
I know, but just cover for me, okay?
Right, okay, let's go and find the rest of them. See what bother they've gotten up to.
Gong, 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 gong. The bell striking 5, indicating the end of the average person's work day over here in Meraport. You can see that we're sort of entering golden hour as the sun is slowly beginning to set in the sky. People starting to make their way indoors, and you hear additional bolts. It's not just the classic door closed and lock. You hear the thunk and the thud of people putting down like additional bars as though they're barricading. Not necessarily for like impending war, but just when tensions are high around the town, people like to use a little bit of extra security. If a 2x4 is going to save them from becoming a victim, then people in the town know to do that. But yeah, we're getting a little bit later in the day here, so it is time for everybody to meet back up.
Right, guys, what'd you get up to?
Well, I had a successful pickpocketing trip.
How much gold did you get?
Oh, a bunch of gold. And guess what? I stole from the Scarlet Veil. Payback
Oh.
time. They
Job.
didn't even notice, those losers. They won't even come looking. They have no idea.
Yeah, from our experiences with that lot, I don't think they're part of the murder crew, I'll be real.
They're just stupid.
Yeah, well...
Guys, I know exactly who the murderer is.
Oh, you do?
What? You do?
Yeah, I know exactly who it could be.
Well, what's their name?
Well, I don't know that much. I just know
Right.
it's a very, very skilled assassin, and there's nothing to do with anything that we're working on right now. There's no water elementals. There's no magic. It's definitely not the Scarlet Veil. I don't even think it's part of the Withered Hand. Might be somebody from actually my group, but it's not me. We were together the whole night. So if anybody asks,
Well, I
it's
mean-
not me who's doing the killing.
I mean, you also said it was done by a super skilled assassin, so I don't think you were high on the suspect list.
Listen, just because I had a couple mishaps before doesn't mean I'm not a skilled
couple?
assassin. You saw what I've done. You seen what I've done to those little wood creatures. I
Let's
ripped
see.
out their hearts.
You
Shut
don't
up,
know.
bird.
Anyway, right, do we think we should head down to that blacksmith and find Riven to see where he left that gauntlet? Because he was the last one that had it.
Yeah, I think we might as well. I would like to head over that way and just stay far away from like the fountain and the fish barrels. There's just like nothing interesting over here. Let's go.
Oh,
If you want to do that, you're likely going to have to siphon off from the group or
I was
split
going
off
to say,
from the
because
group.
Aggie's just
Go
going to walk
via
the
the
quickest way.
dockyard.
Like, you could just say
Yeah,
you'll
yeah,
meet us.
Just gonna walk straight
Yeah,
downtown.
I'm going the long way around.
Okay, so you'll be isolated unless somebody wants to come with you via the dockyard as the sun's setting. Who is going with Granny down the main street of Meraport here?
yeah, I can go down Main. I want to go direct to the source now that I know that we don't have to worry about these side quests anymore with this killer.
Nice.
I can go with Rin in case, she pees herself.
What?
She's done it
Excuse me?
before.
Never have I
She has
once.
done it before. Well, you
She
did
has
that
done
one
it.
time. I remember.
Oh my gosh.
When I'm walking through the market stall, is there one stall that would be like a sweet shop, like a sweet stall?
There is, yeah. Basically, there's Sandy Sweets, and basically Sandy has delicacies that come from all over the realm of misadventures. Some of them are themed around each of the locations. So you've got like Isla Bonita Botany, as it's called. It's basically a special formulation of sweets that are shaped to look like various different plants. And even they have this thing called the mud pie, which looks disgusting at a glance, but actually it's delicious. It is literally just chocolate, but the kids in Meraport, you've heard them talking about it or calling each other an Isla Bonita mud pie. And it's sort of like they dare one another to eat it. Aside from that, there are also what they call axolotl scales, which are taken from the diamond crystal axolotls up to the northwest. Nobody knows if they're real or not, but as you look closer, you can see that these are just mint leaves that have just been coated in crushed blueberries to give them that kind of look and hue. But yeah, there's an assortment of different things here, and Sandy's there just chit-chatting away to the remaining customers before they go in for the eve.
She'll sort of come up. I'm assuming she'll have probably bought from here in the past, seeing as how old she is and how she always has a handful of sweets in her purse.
Well, my eyes. Is that you, Agatha?
Aye, Sandy, how you been, hun?
I am fantastic. I mean, aside from a little murder up the way that you can see over there, business has been great. The circus is in town. Nobody wants to buy the popcorn up there because last time they came around, it was expensive as hell and made people poop for a week. So people are coming here and getting their goodies, and they're ready to go to the big tent tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow? What's going on up there?
Well, the circus. The circus is going to
Oh, are
open
they
up.
finally opening?
Yeah, they've been preparing for weeks. The children swear they've seen the little skeleton dog. They said they're going to start calling it Bubbles, which is a weird name given that it's got no kind of matter whatsoever. It's just bone.
Well, I'll be sure to make sure I can get in if I've got the time. But I've actually finally ran out of the sweets you gave me last time, so I'm here to top up. I need
So
my
how many do
signature
you want?
candy.
Usually I give you 2 bags. You've gone through those a lot quicker than usual though, honey.
Yeah, well, I've brought in a few more company as of recently.
Yeah, I'm one of them. Can I have some extra sweets too, Grandma, this time, please?
I'll take a mud.
Grandma, you never told me you had a
Not
grandson.
blood related.
Yeah, it's me. Yeah,
Not
I'm
blood
the
related.
grandson. Well, we did spill some blood, but it's not mine.
I'll
Yeah, it
take.
wasn't you that made that big old mess up there, is it now?
No, it wasn't. But do you know anything about
What's
it?
that?
I don't. You know what I'm like. I live in the community. I come here and sell my sweets. I don't get much of what goes on here.
I
You
know.
You hear people talking about stuff, but no, I got nothing for you.
Oh well, hopefully it won't happen again. We're trying to solve our own other situation, and this one's popped up. So the laundry list of things that this town needs me for keeps growing.
I mean, if anybody's gonna fix it, it's gonna be you.
Oh, you're all.
With age comes wisdom and excessive hanging, I've heard.
And with how old I am, I've got wisdom to spare.
That you do, honey. That you do. Now, I'll do you 3 bags this time. I did 2
Yeah.
before, but you've gone through 'em
Let's
so
do
quick.
3, and we'll throw in one of those mud pies for him.
Thank you,
Okay.
Grandma. Woohoo!
You're gonna love this mud pie. Right, here we go. 1 bag, 2 bag. You know what? You have been buying here from my family for years. Take the 3rd bag for free. How about
Oh,
that?
you sweet.
So nice.
Thank you.
And a mud pie for you, little one.
Oh, thank you. Oh my God! Don't tell Rin and the bird about this because they're gonna be very jealous.
So what's
The
my?
reason she's called you little one is because she is like very tall. Basically, she's a dracona. She is like
Oh,
a dragon
cool.
person. She has like kind of like red scales. She's got horns that curl up into sort of like a love heart shape. And
Aw.
like, where you would normally have kind of like spikes as though mimicking kind of like humanoid beards and stuff like that, she just has like really graceful like swirls. Like everything about her is very rounded and cutesy, and she's a very inviting dracona. Normally they put people on edge and people find them a little bit stern to look at, but she just exudes love and familiarity to people that she's maybe never even met.
I love her.
How much do I owe you this time?
Well, I guess there's the one on the house. The mud pie is only like 1/3 of a handful, and we'll do 2 bags, maybe a little over half each. That'll be 2 handfuls, sweet.
2 handfuls, don't worry. And she'll like get out her purse and pull out the 2 handfuls of gold.
Thank you very much. Now, y'all keep safe, okay?
You two don't get caught up in any of this mess.
Oh, I won't. The only thing I rush is a sugar rush. Am I right?
Hi, I've seen you in one of those. Right, we
Hey,
better
I'm-
get going.
Okay, I can never tell my top from my tail. All the best. I'll see you again in a week or 2, all right?
I'll see you then. Have fun.
I love you, Dragon Lady.
I have met you, small one.
No.
Y'all enjoy that pie. Don't get it too much in here, all right? It's sticky. It's not really like the ones in Isla Bonita, okay? So you need to eat it, not wear it.
You got it. Oh, this is delicious.
I'm just imagining like it'll cut to the blacksmith and sausage just covered like when a kid is eating
Nom, nom, nom,
chocolate,
nom, nom.
like
Yeah, my whole outfit
like
is
his
full of chocolate all over.
hands, his mouth, there's like dribbles
Everything,
down
my
him.
mouth. Yeah, I'm having a great time right now. This is fantastic. I've been
For
waiting
people
for that
asking in
sweet,
chat,
man.
That was a description of Sandy, not of Agatha. Agatha is a little old lady. She's
Do you want me to send you the
witch.
picture that I found online that I was like, this is what she looks like, so you can
I've
put
got it
that-
on your character portrait.
Oh,
But
oh,
yeah,
send
put it
again
in the
so people
thing,
can
yeah,
see.
I mean, have you got
But
on
yeah,
the
I was-
character? Oh wait, yeah, because you have it on the screen, do you?
Where is it? Does that
Here.
make the image bigger or no? Ah, there it is. Yeah, this is what Agatha looks
I,
like.
I basically googled old lady like hedge witch or forest witch, and it was like, this is it. This is the exact thing.
It's perfect. It's so good.
So good.
So just
The
to clarify
glasses,
that, yeah.
the-
So all that description was of Sandy. I'd say Sandy is probably around about sort of like 7'2", I would say. Like her horns, luckily they are curved at the top and come in like that love heart shape, because otherwise they would be piercing the cloth material that is the top of the gazebo of her little market stall. And her color is this kind of like cutesy, like red meets pink hue. It's almost like what's it like? What's the apple that's like pink?
Gala apple?
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, I think so, yeah. But that's what she looks like. She's called Sandy South Shore, Southshaw, is what Sandy's name and appearance is like. So yeah, you guys carry on down towards the blacksmiths. You can hear that the clattering of the hammers, given that the bells have rung, has actually come to a stop. But over there, just sort of like milling around outside, just kind of looking at the craftsmanship of the day, you do see young Riven, the young watcher that you met in Orchidia some time ago.
Is that so? We come up to Riven.
Yeah.
We're talking to
So he's looking at it and just sort of figuring it out, and he's sort of, you can see him looking at the hilt of his own blade that he has on his hip, and you can see him sort of inspecting a dagger, just sort of enjoying stuff.
Have me and Crow made our way over there too? By now?
You haven't. I tell you what, let's figure out
Okay.
what you're doing. So you spliced off at the fountain. You guys went via the dockyard and like the sort of the fish area, if you will. And you hear the clattering and calls. Even though it's really late, it's set far enough away from the city once you're past the initial rows of houses, or I guess shacks, honestly, for where some of the staff sleep, that you can still hear people going, right, come on, we got to get this to that new dwarven place in time. And they're just loading things onto boats, trying to get some transport going. Yeah, and that one, that's for Cambridge. Yeah, do that. Be careful, though. If they get wet, ink will be everywhere. So be careful with that. And you just see people going about their business, pulling ropes, loading stuff onto there. You have a little look around, and you don't notice anybody that looks particularly suspicious. They're just kind of doing their thing. So what would you like to do? Do you want to just blitz straight around for the blacksmith, or do you want to have a little mooch in the dockyard?
I think Rin would like to head over there, especially after the last performance. She's kind of like, I need to just keep my cool.
Nice. So what I'll say that given Granny's advice, Agatha's advice, yourself and Crow do end up looping around and making your way towards the blacksmith, but you decide it's probably best to just let Granny take lead on this conversation. So you see them approaching Riven, and might be best to sort of stay hidden for now. You can overhear the conversation, but might not potentially be able to sabotage it.
Yes, that's good.
And then I suppose it's up to Agatha and Lazarus what they want to do.
Jill sort of see Riven, so she'll like go towards him and then be like, "You ready for the rematch yet, dear?"
Like nicks a finger as he drops a knife that he was like holding at the time.
As he drops it, she'll be like,
What?
"I'll take that as a no."
What is it with you and making things slip?
Oh well, I have
Hey,
that
don't
effect on
embarrass
some
him.
people. But what have you been up to? How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling okay. It's been a weird 24 hours. I keep having like nightmares, and anytime I daydream, I didn't realize day nightmares were even possible, but just kind of just keep seeing horrible things from my past. Like it happened when that water thing was in my throat, but it just keeps happening. I don't know how to stop it.
Oh, what you seeing?
It's just all things, like everything horrible that happened to me when I was a kid.
Oh.
Just, bullies chasing me and falling into the river, like it just stuff like that. It just, I'll be minding my own business, or I'll be talking to one of the townsfolk, and then just all of a sudden it's like I'm transported there just for a moment, and it feels like minutes when I'm in that flashback, but then it seems like no time's passed at all. Felix watched me go a bit vacant. He said my eyes glassed over, and not even just my expression. He said they actually went white.
Oh, well, that's a wee bit spooky. Well, I'm not quite sure about that one, but I'm sure if you find a priest, he might have an idea. Actually, we have a question for you, because we've been trying to figure out who attacked you at Orchidia anyway, and we bumped into Victor, who said he gave you a gauntlet.
What about the gauntlet?
Well, do you have the gauntlet?
No, I don't.
What happened to the gauntlet, hun?
I may have been in the Wild Rose, and I maybe set it down for a minute. They were training me with it. Oscar said that I needed to learn how to keep the city clean, and I didn't realize that was a silly joke on his part. He wanted me down in the sewers, cleaning up the slimes and removing algae off the walls. He said if I don't do that, then the city's water supply would go sour. I don't really know how to discern between what's mud and what's feces. So I was trying my best to do it, and I was covered in it, and I needed a drink after the shift. I was getting better with it, but you know.
That's what that smell was, Granny.
Have you reported that? Have you reported that you've lost it?
No, not really. Felix knows, and that's why he's kept me close. We were hoping we could find it before anything happens, and I suppose we have found it. Just we don't know who's got it.
Yeah, we've figured that part out. That's what we're kind of going to head over to Arcadia now and see if we can have a look for it. See if we retrace our steps a bit.
God, be careful, please. Like,
you know me, I'm no one to run from a fight or to lose one.
You can't use this to get out of our next rematch. You know that.
Oh, and I'm not the one trying to get out of that. That's some free money.
Hey, I'm not even right-handed anyway. I could do it with this easy. One hand tied behind my back.
Oh, I think you need as many helps as you can get. I wouldn't start adding handicaps. Anyway, what you mentioned a sewer in Arcadia. What's the best way for us to have a look at that if we're trying to get in?
God, I don't know.
Like, how did you go?
Yeah, you said you were in there.
Did I? I was in the sewers of Meraport. I was implying.
Oh, and the sewers of Meraport. Okay.
But we can work. We can roll with this. So, well, no, I've never been in those sewers. I was in the Meraport sewers. No one. I don't think anyone's been in the Orchidia ones for years. It was a failed project. Like the water there is just too disgusting to do anything with. So they kind of just shut off the valves and just left it down there. I think they made the central room where everything would kind of mix and blend, and that's as far as they got. That's all I know. It was something they tried to do a few decades back, and it never took off, which is why it's still the way it is today.
Well,
I think all it's good for is filling the fountain, honestly.
Well, that's good to know then, hun. Well, maybe put the knife back to someone who can use it, so you don't cut yourself again.
Yeah, he just sets it on the side.
And you be on lookout, because there seems to be something else happening over here, and I'm not quite sure if they're connected or not yet.
Yeah, Felix, I went to go and investigate that, and I haven't seen him since. Did you see him up that way?
No, I haven't seen Felix. Did he actually? You said he was up at the Copper Inn thing.
So Lazarus, you will know that when you went up that way, that Felix was stationed up there earlier on this afternoon. He was one of the two guards that was standing at the threshold of the Copper Golem itself, alongside another watcher that you've not seen before. And he sort of got kind of like barged past when the speaker just stormed off into its staircase and its depths.
Yeah, so the speaker was with Felix and the other guy. All right, so I can mention that.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about Felix. I saw him earlier today. He was with a speaker and some guy I never met on top of that body, figuring out how it happened. So don't worry about him. He's close by.
He was with a speaker.
Yeah, haven't seen them in a long time.
I wonder if he's going to get a promotion. To even just be on the same scene as a speaker, that's usually a good thing. That means you're trusted. Oh my god, it's so long overdue. He's gonna be so happy. I'll have to try and find him tonight.
Well,
be careful with that murderer too, because it was a little scared. It looks like we have a very experienced assassin out there.
Oh god. Well, maybe I should head back to my quarters for the night. I'm not on shift this evening. They want me to rest for another day or two before I'm back on full schedule.
Well, you stay safe, hun. Okay, you get back in.
Okay.
She'll reach in and give him like one of the sweets from her bag.
You're not trying to poison me, are you?
No, if I was, you wouldn't know about it.
You see like a shudder, a cold wash just flood over him. Yeah, okay.
She's gonna let out
Okay.
like a very slight, like it's a chuckle, but there's like a little bit of like, I could if I wanted to behind it.
You almost like you see the corners of his eyes begin to swell. You see like little tears beginning to form, and he just sort of walks off, unwrapping this sweet and just really sort of becoming a shell of himself, like really kind of like curling in. I think he's starting to understand that, you know, the jump from citizen to watcher is one thing, but there are far more powerful forces in the world, and this whole week, the last few days, has been a real eye-opener for the potential for pain as well as, you know, power and risk.
Right, we
Okay,
need
well,
to
well,
decide.
Good luck. See you later.
See you later.
He just wanders off back up the street.
Right, I imagine we'll kind of mull around and I wait for those two to come over. Like,
Yeah. I mean, they heard this whole conversation, so it's up to them what they'd like to do from here. They were just around the back of the blacksmith, near the bank of Meraport, but they were within audible range.
Yeah, I'm gonna approach you guys and all right, well, Granny, what's the scoop? What's going
well,
on?
it seems to be that someone stole the glove. So it doesn't narrow it down specifically, but we now have basically someone that's doing a murder here and someone that's doing the murder there, but they're done very differently. So I'm not quite sure they're as connected as they might be, but that maybe somehow makes it worse.
So they might not be the same people, or maybe it's just something?
Well, I mean, the Orchidia kills were all done with using that water thing, whereas this one, it seemed to be a bit more standard stabby with an extra bit of flair.
Yeah, they don't seem connected.
No, not at all.
Well, we need to decide which one we want to try and figure out first, but going by the fact that the Orchidia one, I worry if we leave it too long, it may end up, trail will go cold.
Yeah, that's the one that pays
Yeah.
too. So that's the one that we should focus on, I think.
Yeah, I don't want to go into the sewers though. I overheard you talking, and they don't. I don't want to get my pants dirty again.
Not the pants again.
Sorry.
You have to be
I'm-
brave.
You can get a whole new outfit. You could use a little upgrade anyway.
Yeah, after we get paid, we can use that money to buy you some new clothes, especially the ones
Some
that you have
nice
right now. Are pretty
ones.
ugly.
Grandma,
that's
are you
interesting.
for real? Okay, you're all one to talk. You're not the fashionistas over here either.
I know, I
my
think I look quite great. And she's just gonna
I
like
love my
shimmy in her
outfit. I'm
dress.
sorry. Yeah,
I'm
you
the
look-
only
you look
one
pretty
here who has
good.
style.
And okay, well, let's go to Orchidia then. I need the money.
Yeah, for the money, let's go.
Let's
And
kill
we can get some
things.
swamp juice. I would love a
Taka!
little bit of swamp juice. Really, we
I
haven't
don't
drank since
want
2 o'clock.
Swamp juice.
Guess we'll make our way to Orchidia.
Yeah, so you wander along. So the walk to Orchidia is quite a ways. So you set off from Meraport at around about 5:30 p.m., 6ish, something like that. And as you go along, you get to watch the sun setting off in the distance off the southern coast. You can see beautiful fields of like different colors, swirling patterns. It looks as though art has been done purposely with a mixture of clay and crops, and you recognize this as the new painting store that's going to be coming soon. As you wander through and you go through Molly's Molly's farm of sheep, and you wander through the community this time with no dramas, no disruptions.
I will have gone and got Dennis, by the way, so I'd probably have like told him go ahead and then cut up to them on Dennis.
Nice, I like that. So you come bounding up and coming along, and as the sun just starts to drop behind the final very bit of the horizon to your left, so this is as you're coming over the bridge just after the community and before the bonsai tree home, you get a clean line of sight, straight shot to the ocean, and you just see this strange mass of like, we can only describe as gelatin, like green colorings. And as the sun sets behind it, it gives almost like almost like a cosmic explosion kind of mimicry. where the sun's kind of beaming through, and you can see it's refracting in different directions and putting like a toxic hue on the horizon, which you don't really know much about, but it's just something you've noted. You wander past and you make your way to Orchidia, and by that point, you're looking at probably the sun's pretty much down now at this point. It's about 7, 8 o'clock, and you wander into Orchidia. So it's about what you would like to do upon entering the town.
Pub.
No, we kind of need to get on with this. If we wait until it gets even darker, we're going to have no time.
Yeah, no, we can hit it up after, especially when we'll have more gold, you know?
That's true. Okay, how do we get into this sewer then?
I suppose let me go and have a conversation with some of the locals, and then instead of going towards town, I was just gonna like make a beeline to the water.
Nice. Which is this the water?
Like the actual water, yeah, to like where it goes down to the dock and to like the swamp water kind of thing.
Okay, so you wander down the creaking dock. You've got one of the fish shops or the fishing spots on the right hand side. A really tatty bed sheet, if you will, is hung up on the front, and in red, you can just see the words "New Hot Rod Location" just draping and hanging off of it. So much so that it's actually blocking the door to what would be the entrance of it. And you're walking along this sort of mangrove and sort of like jungle planks. And eventually you're looking out across the water. The sun is now fully gone, but you can see it glowing out on the water in the distance, which is a boat with a very colourful array of hues on the flag of this boat. You recognize it as being like a mobile music store, if you will. There is a music store inside of Orchidia, which is on the square right next to the tavern, in fact. But this is just like a mobile unit for that from that outpost. And you're there looking out at the large body of water in front of you. What would you like to do?
I basically want to kind of like catch or like find a fish or an eel or some sort of aquatic thing at the thing, like in near the surface that I can then use nature's tongue to speak to it.
Nice. So you do manage to find an assortment of rods there. They don't look particularly great, but they should be enough for the job. Do you have a bait that you could pop on the end?
No, I'm trying to talk to the fish. Like the fish in the water, I'm trying to talk to them.
Oh, so you're not even going to try to catch it, you're just trying to
No, I'm just trying to commune with it. That's what I'm saying, have a conversation with the locals.
Okay, nice. I suppose you need to get their attention to begin with, so...
Probably I'll throw some like seeds from my thing just to create something on the surface, like a ripple.
Okay, so you do that, and you see a few fish look around, and you see a couple of flutters on the surface of bubbling water. And you hear... Food.
Well, there's more if he can offer me a hand.
Don't have hands.
Well, what you're from these waters, right? Do you know how we'd get into the sewers under there?
Who do you want to sue?
No, you know big pipes with copper.
You want to sue her and copper? That sounds like she should sue you.
I'll throw a couple more little bits.
Tasty.
Okay, no, I'm not talking about... Yeah, pipes. Pipes.
Give me a presence roll.
Okay. 19.
19. Lovely. Is that with hope or fear?
Fear.
Fear. Okay. I'll take a cheeky little fear there. So that is definitely enough. You've given some seeds and you kind of put on a slightly more stern demeanor. Pipes by pickles. Pipes by pickles.
Pipes by pickles. Where do I find the pickles?
Pipes by pickles are particularly pointy, present.
Particularly pointy present. Right, okay. Thank you.
Pipes by pickles, more.
And she'll throw a couple more seeds. And then go back to the group.
And he just like swims away.
Right, there's a pipe into the sewer near some pickles.
I'm not even going to question it. but sure, I'll follow you.
Pickles. Isn't that where coral reefs are? Usually coral reefs
gonna
and
say,
pickles are usually hand in hand.
Would I have a rough idea of what it's on about? Because like I'm from Arcadia, like I live around here.
Yeah, you would. So you know that from your experience of living there. What side of Orchidia do you live on?
If you come into Arcadia from like the south, like the northwest side, like where it's the swamp trees and all that.
Oh, okay, yeah. So the waters up there are more swampy. Obviously, given the nature of the fish that you were approached by, and also things like the puffer fish and stuff that are nearby, that eastern border of Orchidia near that dock area is significantly more coral reefy. You do see pieces of the coral growing out of the ground. There's a lot more in terms of tall grass and things like that. So that area of the water, more so than the northwest, is
So
definitely
like
where
the
you
east
want
side,
to be looking.
okay. Right, I think that's probably, let's head east and we'll have a look on that side, because definitely know over that way, that's where I live.
You live over here?
Okay.
Well, I live off in the swamp, dear.
Oh. Can we come over sometime?
Yeah, you should have us over for
Absolutely
supper or
not.
something. No.
Why?
Mm.
I thought. Okay.
But-
I thought we had a good thing going here, and I'm your adopted son now.
I've known you for 2 days, folks.
Yeah, but we've done so much within these 2 days, you know? Like we've
I haven't
really
even slept in the
bonded.
same room as any of you.
That's true.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. We've shared candy, we've shared laughs, good times.
Never got candy.
Mud
I just got
pies.
seeds.
Mud pies.
You got plenty of seeds that you really liked.
But the candy.
Fine. Well, since you're saying this, she'll like pull out and be like, right, if I give you all another candy, will that keep you off my back for a little bit?
Yes.
Yes, more candy.
Fine.
Right, she'll give them all a candy.
Woohoo.
Nice.
Yes.
Right, let's
It's okay.
get
We'll pass by
going.
later on.
Mm.
Do we have to get wet for this, by the way? Are we going into this water?
I mean, probably, hun. That's what tends to happen when you're going into a sewer.
Crow, why would you just laugh when I said that?
What?
Okay.
I
I
did
know where your head's at.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right,
Well,
let's get
who's,
wet.
yeah, who's gonna go first?
I'm not doing it. No, I'm not
I'm
doing it.
going in.
I was
going
going to
in.
say, Agatha will have had no issue just like tripsing into the water. Because also at that side, I imagine it's not very deep anyway. Like,
So you find yourselves knee deep in the edge waters around Suli Spot, one of the hot rod locations, and you're looking around and you notice coral and tall grass and things like that. Who would like to give me a instinct roll?
I can do it. I know the area.
Yeah, I'll give you advantage on this because you're so familiar with the waters around here.
Can I use my one with the land experience?
Absolutely. Spend a hope. You can add +2 to this roll. The advantage gives you a d6 added onto your roll, and your instinct is a +2. So this is going to be a belter, I feel.
All right. Do +2 and advantage. 18. I actually rolled
18.
really low.
Still
So
good.
you are looking around. You're blocking out the noise of the squabbling going on between Lazarus and Crow, and Rin's just kind of like looking around, pretending they're understanding what's going on, but they're not sure exactly what it is they're looking for. They're just kind of trying to follow your lead and mimic your behaviors.
I was gonna say, in that case, like the way I was imagining it was like Agatha's gonna go to like one bit and then just like plummet her head under the water to like look around.
And then under the water you hear but you do notice as you're looking around that given that it's nightfall, this has made this job infinitely easier because obviously coral has its own vibe going on, but sea pickles literally glow. And just out the corner of your eye to the right, actually relatively close to the coastline itself, you do start to see the faint glow, which you can maybe attribute to sea pickles, or there may be something in there that is more waterlogged and there may be torches that way instead.
Sorry, wait, can you repeat? I seen pickles glow in the corner of my eye.
You see, you see a glow from the corner of your eye that is likely attributed to sea pickles. And you can see that there is kind of a break in the mud there, whereas the rest of this slope that goes down into the depths of the waters here is pretty uniform and just kind of like almost step-like, but there is, you can see, even just from the surface of it, you can see there's a break in the mud there.
Guys, I think I might have something
Ooh, where are we headed off to?
over this way. And she'll like toddle through.
So you wander over, the rest of the group in tow, and Agatha pops her head underneath, and you notice in front of you a long tunnel of mud, mossy cobblestone, little flecks of black stone as well, and you see like very, very oxidized copper blocks are just scattered about, like, you know, sort of very sporadically embedded in the wall. So seems like this is a good lead to follow, but you can see it's quite the journey to go through here. So this probably won't be a problem for, let's see. Oh, actually, none of you are ribbits, are you? I was thinking of Gonglor. So yeah, this is, you may need some
Gonglor
assistance
mentioned
on getting through this.
Is that like, do I recognize it as the place I had my vision?
Not currently, no. This is, at the moment, this is just a muddy tunnel, which has become overgrown with lots of coral. The room that you were studying isn't present currently.
I do have my mean gills experience now, so I can go through this water without a problem.
Bro, you're good at holding your breath.
So
I can hold it now. Are we gonna need to go back to the pub and grab some swamp juices?
I was gonna say, I was thinking, do we get a water breathing potion before we?
Yeah, that's the
this
swamp
one?
juice.
Yeah.
That
Swamp
might
juice
be
gives you that.
very good idea.
Right. I think none of us are gonna be able to hold our breath for as long as that one is. So
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm used to holding mine for a while when I'm wrestling catfish, but even that one might be a bit far for me.
Your life. I have so many questions, but yeah, let's go find a way to breathe better.
Well, will we head to that tavern and get some of that swamp juice like you mentioned, Lazarus?
Yeah, let's beat to Paloma. That's my friend right there. Let's see if we can get some 4 swamp juices to go.
Okay, let's head in. Or head over.
So you make your way back up into the center of Orchidia. You look up at the clock and see that it's striking a solid 9 p.m. at the moment. You wander into the tavern and you can hear that the place is bustling. You don't understand how it's going to still be this busy when there are so many murders and kidnappings that have been happening, but you can hear some people conversating, going, oh, I wonder who it's going to be next. Yeah, we could write about this. If we get a lead, we can get all that gold for ourselves. So you can see there's a mixture of people there that are either just vile and want to see someone turn inside out. Some people are there trying to get the gold for themselves, but very much feels like you've got the lead on all of these people. You are days ahead of their progress. And honestly, you look a little bit more up for the job. Some of these people just look like bounty hunters that only know how to fight, but they wouldn't know how to do a whole lot else. But yeah, you wander into the tavern. There's some of the usual suspects there. Of course, different watchers are there. Previously, you met Felix and Riven. There are 2 other watchers that you've not met previously. Esperanza is sat in the corner looking quite disinterested. And Paloma, as always, is behind the bar, pulling pints and putting on her best smile.
Question out of game. Did Sev still need to go, like, at this time?
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Wait, is it 10?
Yeah.
It is
Yeah,
10.
it is.
I was thinking this might be a good point for us to stop because we've just gone into the tavern.
Okay, I will say that, I mean, this is pulling the curtain back a bit. It's basically this and then the big bad and then it's done. So I don't even know if this would be a stream's worth.
Well, do we not have the other fight thing that we left in Meraport? The other crime? Unless they're connected.
Have that be a new.
That was like a little hint for a future thing, right?
Yeah, basically.
That's what I'm meaning.
I figured.
It depends how strict Save is. Like, I'm happy to stay, or we could then start the next session by defeating that bad and then go on to the rest of.
I mean, like normally I would, but I have like the flus.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I have the worst fever. It's so bad.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
Let's wrap it there then. So yeah, and then what I can do is I can go away and I can write some content for the continuation of the story. I suppose this would be a that would be the transition point if you succeed with the end of this one shot. That would be the transition point then into the story where the other groups and the other players that play this, you'll all be inhabiting the same world finally, which would be pretty fun.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, that works for me
That's
then.
awesome.
There we go.
Yeah,
so we
same.
go into the tavern. You are all stood there in the entranceway. A lot of eyes turn towards you. And we'll just take a solid freeze frame of all four of you there, stood looking pretty imposing, actually, looking like pretty powerful and regal. And we'll find out next time.
I laugh at my
wander
head of you, like the way you describe yourself, like powerful and regal, and in my POV, like Agatha's dripping wet from like submerging herself. Everyone else is wet from like the waist down.
The waist
Like,
down. I'm
we're just
slow.
sitting in the door dripping.
regal.
Like,
But very powerful though. With like
So
the
regal.
superhero
Compared
poses.
to the rest of the riffraff in here, you certainly have more of a presence than even the watchers.
the
do. Yeah.
aura's there at least.
Yeah,
We got
yeah,
the
yeah.
aura.
This is so good. I'm as regal as a potato.
Yeah.
And Esperanza was just sat in the corner, just looking really disinterested, and she catches you and goes, "What the bloody hell happened to you lot?"
Yeah, she probably remembers me when I try
Perfect.
to rob her. Remember, right at the start, the first
Oh,
thing
yeah.
I ever did was try to rob her.
So she's recognized you, and yeah, she does that little quip and roll credits.
Nay.
That was awesome.
That was
Nice.
much fun.
That turned out
Yeah.
awesome.
Very good.
Thank you for
So, yeah,
keeping
I'll-
going for us.
Yeah, thank you, Sev. I didn't clock the
thanks,
time, but
Sev.
we're only 5 minutes over, thank God.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
But yeah, I
fine,
will. I mean, I'm away now for this whole weekend. I will
Same.
try if I can on like Monday, Tuesday, something like that, to try and write up
To be fair, I kind of have it where
next
like
stuff.
next week I'm pretty busy and then I've got Shelby over, so like maybe if we come back the week of like the 10th and figure something out for
cool.
that gives you like a week
Yeah.
to like write and do
Yeah.
stuff.
I'll
It means
basically just
also
write a whole nother one shot,
Yeah.
which will take 4 streams.
I was going to say it lets you get the other like group one in to try and catch up to anywhere near where we are because they're so
Yeah.
far behind us.
Yeah, true.
Oh.
I guess if they run it next week, they might just about catch up to where you are. We'll
with
figure it out.
that party, no,
2 streams to get to where you are now. Like,
Yeah.
you're literally
Probably.
like final sprint to the finish line. They're on lap 2 of 6.
Yeah, we're cruising.
they're
Yeah, they probably end up killing
they're
Victor
I
or
was going to say
something.
they're a snake currently eating their own tail, from what I've gathered.
Yeah.
They are. It's fun though. It's you guys have like and unintentionally so. Like I've not been doing it forcefully. It's just kind of happened quite naturally that you've been following the fiction that I wrote well, whereas the other group are completely off the rails. So
Yeah.
it's good because it's given me confirmation that what I've written is succinct and it's enough to feel meaty and there's enough of everything. And then the other group are testing like my improv skills
Yeah,
to the
you're-
max. So I'm getting really refined from both sides, which is like perfect. As like a new GM, it's working well for me.
Yay, I'm glad.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you
It's
so
so
much.
good.
Thanks for
you.
playing.
Yeah.
I hope you guys are enjoying it. I'm having a
I
blast.
love
So much
it.
Yeah,
fun.
real,
Yeah.
having so much
Coolest
fun.
thing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
For my first time ever playing this thing, I'm in love with it. This is cool. I can do this like forever.
Yeah.
I barely got to use my D20s today. I've got all these new D20s. After how shocking my other ones were, I bought this little bag of like 7 D20s.
Yeah, we actually
No,
didn't get into combat once. That's
Yeah,
actually-
we
No,
didn't fight.
Guys, it's
I
a bunch
didn't get
of
to use
fun
any of
world
my abilities.
building.
we
I
didn't
want to
fight.
kill
it
things.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
didn't fight anything. It was a lot of like travel and like intel gathering. We learnt a lot. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I
It was
think
fun.
it feels because it was. Yeah, we all got our new spells that haven't got to use it, which I think will be fun because the audience will kind of forget what they were by next week. So when we pull them out, it'll be like, huh? Like,
We still don't even know what one of your domain cards is.
Yeah.
either, so that's fun.
Right.
True.
Well, I'm going to jump off, but I will see you all later. Thank you
Have a good
again.
night, everybody.
you.
Night. Bye.
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 And there we go. That was so much fun. It always is a blast. Just getting to like, I started getting so much more into like improv stuff through like the Minecraft SMPs, like cowboys and then like vampires and that. So it's meant then with like Daggerheart, I feel like, oh, I can do accents and I can do voices and things, which is fun. So, right, let me figure out where I'm going to send you all. Let's go to... I'm going to send you all over. I'm going to send you all over to Janet. I'll send you all over there. You can go say hi. We love Janet. Janet's a queen, an icon. So lovely. Thank you all for coming and hanging out. Tomorrow I am live doing Escape Room Simulator, or Escape Simulator 2, with Cam, Drift, and Legundo. So we have a nice little mix playing that next or tomorrow, which will be fun. So I will see you all at 5 o'clock tomorrow. Bye!